contemplating all of my goals. Look, will I fold or will I chase them? I got adversity, two options. I can handle it purposefully or I can let him. Gun up for war, point out the target, show me the giants. Hold your applause, just getting started, sending the lions. Ambition ain't for the weak, I see it before I speak. Ready and willing, is you ready
but
for
I'll
me?
find a way, with or without your rain. Oh, you try to make me stay. Now there's nothing you can say, but I'll find a way.
Now I ain't looking for handouts, I'm looking to stand out. Got the vision, come and watch how it pans out. I've been writing my plans down, trying to stay focused, put out the notice. Who the GOAT is, me hands down, yeah. No time for arguments, I cut out the politics, no. It's all my competence, I could cause your apocalypse. Ambition, it ain't for the weak, get it even when I sleep. Ready and willing, what you ready
But
to say?
I'll find a way, with or without your rain. Oh, you try to make me stay. Now there's nothing you can say, 'cause I'll find a way, with or without my sails. Oh, you try to make me stay. Now there's nothing you can say, but I'll find a way.
Ambition ain't for the weak, I see it before I speak. Ready and willing, is you ready for me?
Oh, you try to make me stay. Now there's nothing you can say, 'cause I'll find a way.
All right, folks, it's Sunday afternoon, and it is Barnstormer baseball. And my guest today, number 38, has become the, yeah, you got it, Garrett Day, the premier closer in this league, folks, right here. But Garrett Day, we're not talking baseball today, because it's PGA Day. We're talking golf. And I know that's near and dear to your heart. Let me ask you, Wayne State University have anything to do with your golfing prowess? Now, hold on, let's turn back the hands of time. Maple City Country Club, John Dengel Jr. program. Walk us through it.
Yeah, you know, you start out when you're really young. I was about 10, and he's really good. He teaches a lot of people. A lot of guys go through Maple City and go on to play golf and get a scholarship. So I was one of the lucky few to kind of blossom from that great program there.
And so you, did you play in the Essex-Kent Junior League?
I did, yeah.
Did you ever win it?
I won the junior division, yeah.
Does not surprise me, ladies and gentlemen. Champion of the EK. Wow. And Garrett, you still love to play the game. You went to Wayne State. How many years there?
I was 4.5 years there, yeah.
Played on the golf team, and you probably traveled the country representing that school in various tournaments.
Yeah, all over the place. Went out to Oklahoma, down to North Carolina, South Carolina, and then around close in Ohio and Wisconsin and Minnesota there as well. So it was fun.
Oh my goodness. And folks, we all know the nerves. You know, you're standing over a 6-foot putt to win a tournament. Ed Myers says that's why you're so focused, because you've got that golfing background. You shut everything else out and you're focused on getting the job done. Ladies and gentlemen, Garrett Day, closer extraordinaire, Wayne State Warrior, golfing champion.
Thank you, Peter. That was great.
All right, we're going to send it up to the booth. Mike Renier and Mr. E. Myers. So we'll be back with more baseball momentarily.
Thank you, the great Peter Comm, on a beautiful day for baseball once again for the second straight day at Fergie Jenkins Field. Come on in. Thank you very much for having us on. Nice Sunday and Barnstormers TV. My name is Mike Renier, along with Ed Myers. We've got Cole Dupuis, a great producer, again this afternoon, making things run smoothly. Dan Dominguez, our statistician, all back here again, and a great run of baseball here for the Barnstormers. Can you believe it, Ed? Second year in operation, and here we are, second place in the IBL midway through the year.
It really is hard to believe, considering we weren't really sure what was going to happen last year at this time. We got off to sort of a slow start, and our pitchers had trouble finding a groove, which they eventually did. Hitters came along, and we had a reasonable year at 500 last year. And this year we got out of the blocks quickly, and we put together some good runs, and we've ended up in second place as of the win last night.
Let's talk about last night. It was another great game. We've said this a number of times over the last year and a half, what a game that was. But getting down relatively early, 5-1 to the Kitchener Panthers, and they just scratched and clawed their way back. Kitchener was able to, give the Barnstormers a little bit of help. They were able to open the door a little bit, and bit by bit, the Barnstormers coming back and winning it in the bottom of the ninth, 8-7 last night. So that was a thrilling comeback win.
When after the game, you're thinking what happened, because there were so many different parts of that game where it appeared that there was a lull in the middle of the game, and we were down 5-1, and nothing was really happening. And little by little, we pecked away. Tied the game, went down by 1, tied the game, and ended up winning in the bottom of the ninth with all sorts of things happening on the field. It was certainly an exciting game from a fan's point of view. So anyway, it always ends up as a win, and we won it 9 innings last night. Walked off.
Tied for second, Welland Jackfish still in first, and neck and neck with the London Nationals. This is one of 4 London Majors, wrong sport. One of 4 games going on in the IBL. Another busy day across the Intercounty Baseball League. And we'll get going here with the first pitch coming up in just a few minutes. Guelph Royals and the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, and somebody's streak is going to stop here this afternoon. A couple of very hot teams, I would say with certainty. These are the 2 hottest teams right now in the IBL, with the Guelph Royals coming in 5-game winning streak for this afternoon, and Chatham-Kent with a 4-game winning streak. So this is going to be a good matchup, you'd think, today.
Look forward to it, and beautiful day for ball. Fans are still wandering in. We got about 15 minutes before our first pitch, and we're looking forward to some more exciting action, inter-county baseball.
It's PGA Day at the park, so we're thinking golf here this afternoon, so we'll do our best Jim Nance over the course of the afternoon, and brought to you by Willow Ridge Golf Club in Blenheim. Nice place to do a round of golf in Blenheim. So PGA Day today, and looking for a good matchup between the Barnstormers and the Guelph Royals. It will be Yuri O'Connor Yokoyama for the Barnstormers, Brandon Deans, the starting pitcher for the Guelph Royals. Beautiful day for baseball, and we will come back with our pregame show brought to you by Great Lakes Gymnastics. And we're getting ready to go just about 10 minutes before the opening pitch. As we just talked to Garrett Day a few minutes ago with Peter Cobb on field level, as we continue, we'll give you more Garrett Day. Our Great Lakes Gymnastics pregame show continues on Barnstormers TV.
Got Garrett Day with me now, second season with the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, and you don't have to travel too far to get to the games because you are originally from Chatham-Kent, correct?
I am from Chatham, yeah.
And I'm going to get into your athletic background. I know you've been playing baseball for a while, but is the Barnstormers the first time you've kind of played at this level?
Yeah, this is definitely my first time playing at a higher competitive level. Growing up I played OBA baseball, and that was really competitive, but this is another step up from that for sure.
So it seems like everyone on the team really enjoys being on the team. How's it been for you, especially since it's your hometown, getting to see those hometown crowds come out every game?
Yeah, it's really cool, seeing people that I know in the stands, and then seeing them outside of that, and then I hear them coming, and they know Brock, they know Spencer, they know all the local guys, and then some people get to meet some of the out-of-town guys because, we all hang out, we all go out together, so it's cool the dynamic that it has.
And I'm always fascinated by people, you seem like one of those people who are just kind of good at everything you try. I know, especially for sports, so many accolades throughout your sports career, especially in high school. Did you come from an athletic family? Have you just been playing sports pretty much since birth?
Yeah, that's my mom. She was a really good basketball player, and my dad, really good ball player, and they kind of got me into sports, and I loved it right away, and it's all I ever wanted to do.
Are they all as tall as you are?
They are, yes. Yeah.
I love it. So you play a lot of sports, but for anyone who doesn't know, you are a very talented, very accomplished golfer, actually, and that took you to Wayne State University.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. It was cool because growing up, I always loved baseball and golf kind of equally. And then once I got to that 17, 18 years old, I realized I was a little bit better at golf, and so that's why I chose to go that route.
Wow. So I was actually doing research to talk to you today, and I was on your Wayne State University golf page, your profile. You have just so many accomplishments. It's like paragraph after paragraph. Is there any kind of highlights for you in your golf career?
I'm really proud of my first team all-conference vote mention. I don't know how you say it, but I was really proud of that because it shows that I was able to stay disciplined for an entire season and not just have a couple of good events, but I could keep it going and really help our team a full year.
And you kind of mentioned you have always loved golf and baseball. I find that's a common thread. A lot of baseball players are also golfers. So playing with the Barnstormers throughout the season, has there been transferable skills that has helped your golf game or vice versa?
Yeah, a lot of mental pieces that I've taken away from golf and brought to baseball, and it's all about just separating everything. You know, you can't let something that happened in the past affect your future. So you just got to stay in the moment, and a lot of like breathing just to calm the nerves, stuff like that. And that's really helped me a lot in my baseball career.
I feel like you got a good practice with the swing, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Garrett, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you, Elena. That was good.
It's hard to deny some of this. Yeah, how did you know that was my son?
It's our Great Lakes Gymnastics pregame show here at Fergie Jenkins Field on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Lefty down there, he's all ready to go. And it's the Barnstormers and the Guelph Royals here in just a few minutes. IBL action. Mike Renier along with Ed Myers and the whole crew back here once again. Starting lineups time for the Guelph Royals. You've got some good veteran presence in the lineup, leading off with J.D. Williams. He's the center fielder, and he will be in the leadoff spot for the Royals this afternoon. Brandon LaRue, he's your shortstop, batting second. In third, Andy Leader, the heavy power hitter. He's batting third and out and right. Designated hitter is Matthew Ward. Blake Simpson, your first baseman, batting fifth. Mark Nellis is at the hot corner, maybe the hard corner too. Catching is Anderson Fenwick. Carson Burns bats eighth at second base, and Ashton Patterson batting ninth in left field. Brandon Deans makes his second start of this season for the Guelph Royals. Other side for the Barnstormers will be Evan Morrison, his familiar perch atop the batting order. Second baseman again for the Barnstormers. Spencer Marcus having the day off yesterday. He's back patrolling center field and batting second. Mitsuki Fukuda, he's got his familiar spot in third. He's DHing tonight because at catcher, batting cleanup, Yushin Oda will get the start behind the plate. Owen Constantino, he gets the start at first base. He bats fifth. Braxton Haggith, sixth in the lineup, batting in left field. He'll be fielding out there. Sadler Goodwin back at short, batting seventh. Spencer Moran, right field, batting eighth. And Torin Vasilenik, one of the big hits last night. He's in the ninth spot and at third base. Yuri O'Connor Yokoyama, the starting pitcher this afternoon for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. We'll talk about the big hits from last night coming up in a moment. There's your starting pitchers for this afternoon, with O'Connor Yokoyama getting another start this afternoon. 1-0 coming into this afternoon, and he wants to get that ratio better, that strikeouts to walk ratio, 14 apiece. So he's going to work on his control a little bit in 26 innings. But a good ERA for Yokoyama, 2.42. And on the other side, again, trying to work on a few things, is Brandon Deans. This is his second start. He's got that 1-0 record, but the ERA is high, the walks are high. When you've got more walks and strikeouts, that's something you're going to want to work on a little bit. So Brandon Deans, the starting pitcher for the Guelph Royals this afternoon. Our keys to success, Ed Myers. It's been a great 6 weeks or so for the Barnstormers. How do they keep it rolling this afternoon?
Well, after last night's game, we have to tighten a few things up. As a result of last night, which was a barn burner by the Barnstormers, we certainly have to move some runners. We had 12 men left on base last night. We struck out 10 times, although we walked 9 times. We had 9 walks. So if you watched the game last night, basically everything happened that you could imagine happening in a baseball game. But I think just getting the bat on the ball, being more selective on some of the pitches, moving the runners along would certainly help balance the attack a bit today. And it was sort of feast or famine last night in the attack. We went some middle innings when nothing was happening. And the good thing is we finished strong and had a walk-off victory. So I think on offense, we need to focus on moving runners, good hit selection, and I think we'll be just fine.
It's Ed Myers' keys to success for the Barnstormers and the Guelph Royals this afternoon. And there you see our great weather forecast this afternoon. Still on the humid side, but nice sunshine. I don't really even see a cloud in the sky from this direction. Beautiful afternoon, and in the upper 20s. Right now we're at 27 Celsius, feeling more like 34 with the humidity. And the wind doesn't look like it's going to be much of a factor. You see the flags up top the scoreboard there. They're blowing a little bit, but it should not be a factor much this afternoon for this game. So a beautiful day of baseball here at Fergie Jenkins Field in CK this afternoon. Public address announcer Jeff Hoffman about to give you the starting lineup here for the Barnstormers. To the nice crowd, the filling crowd at Fergie Jenkins Field. There's today's umpires. Your home plate umpires Rob Stevenson this afternoon. Steve Cochran is at first base, and Isaac Zwazak, he'll be over at third base, patrolling the hot corner. Your umpires here this afternoon. As we mentioned, for the league standings, it has been a great run for the Barnstormers as of late. I believe 9-3 is where they are in the last 12 games, if I'm not mistaken. But there you go. It's a 12-7 record for your Barnstormers in second place, tied up with the London Majors. And the Welland Jackfish still a couple of games in first place with that 14-5 record. You got the Maple Leafs in fourth, and then you're right bunched up there, going 5 through 7 with Guelph, Hamilton, and Barrie very, very tight. And then Kitchener and Brantford in the bottom two spots in the IBL standings. But with the success the Barnstormers have had, especially against the London Majors, 2 wins against the Majors, one here and one up at Labatt Park. That's really shown how things have gone really well for Chatham-Kent this year.
Big change from last year. We did not win once against London, and we beat them once here early on, and we defeated London Friday night in London. So we had two wins against London, which may show some definite improvement over last year.
As we get ready to go here for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers and the Guelph Royals on this Sunday afternoon, we will send it field level for O Canada.
If you're able, we ask you to rise, remove your caps, and direct your attention to the Canadian flag located in center field for the singing of our national anthem, performed today by Stephanie Muir.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Wonderful rendition of O Canada. Stephanie Muir with the task of doing that this afternoon. She's got a great voice. And the wife of General Manager Harry Muir of the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers as we're getting ready to go here. Beautiful Sunday afternoon. Mike Renier along with Ed Myers. Getting ready to go for baseball here this afternoon. The red-hot Chatham-Kent Barnstormers looking to get another big win today. There's a fella who we were really happy for last night, Torin Vasilinek, looking to get some more time in the lineup, getting some more reps at the plate, and he did it in a big way last night, trying to get some more playing time with a huge game-tying double last night.
Yeah, he made great contact. If you watch the game, hit the ball in the gap, left field, scoring 2 runs, tying the game at 6, I believe, at that time. And certainly contributed in a big way to the Barnstormers. We mentioned last night before the game, part of the success of the Barnstormers this year has been people have been taking turns pitching in. Everyone seems to have had a turn in driving in runs, strong pitching performances, good defense, and basically that's what makes a good team, and that's what's happened. It's a little different than last year.
So great to see that from Torin Vasilenik last night, and he's right back in the game again here this afternoon, patrolling third base. And you take a look, Brandon Dean's your starting pitcher for the Guelph Royals. This will be his second start of the season for Guelph. And Yuri O'Connor Yokoyama, his counterpart for the Barnstormers. He's getting ready, and he's finished up his warm-up pitches. As we are ready to go, an increasing crowd here, and a good crowd in the sunshine at Fergie Jenkins Field this afternoon. Wherever you are joining us on Barnstormers TV on YouTube, thank you very much for having us on. Also on your TV in CK as well. J.D. Williams stepping in for the Royals. And we're ready for baseball. The center fielder for the Royals, .297 average. And he immediately asks for time. So Yokoyama will take that opportunity to step off and go back onto the grass and collect himself as we're awaiting the opening pitch. One of 4 games in the IBL this afternoon. We'll keep an eye on the out-of-town scoreboard as we roll along. We'll see how the London Majors are faring as the Barnstormers and Majors tied for second coming into the game today. First pitch swinging. Williams fouls this one back to our right. First pitch at 2:04 and beautiful sunshine in Chatham-Kent this afternoon. 27 Celsius is where we are right now. A little bit on the humid side. Not bad for a day of baseball. Strike one pitch again. Fouled off to the right-hand side. And good start for O'Connor Yokoyama. No balls and 2 strikes.
There goes the posse chasing that ball.
Yeah.
I saw eight guys take off.
There's always a group of kids over there along the first base foul line getting lots of souvenirs. Is the 0-2 pitch, and this one grounded foul. There's third base coach's box. Good start here for O'Connor Yokoyama. 1 home run of the season so far for Williams, and he's got a pretty decent RBI total at 13 coming into the game this afternoon. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. A game leadoff strikeout for O'Connor Yokoyama. Good tone for the start of this one for the Barnstormers.
You know, it sounds pretty simple, but we go back to the old saying. He throws strikes. He throws a lot of strikes, and he has 8 players behind him, and he's relied on that, and he's been a very strong pitcher for the Barnstormers.
It's a key to success for the most part in this game. If you throw strikes more often than not, you generally will have a fair bit of success playing baseball.
Well, you even see that in the major leagues when you get the mop-up guys that come in for the 9th inning, a shortstop who just lobs the ball, and they swing and hit ground balls and fly balls just like anybody against anybody else, and I think more pitchers get themselves in trouble trying to pitch the corners and miss the corners and walk batters, and leads to trouble. If you can throw strikes, probably going to be reasonably successful.
1 ball and 1 strike is the count to Brandon LaRue. And this one does catch the inside part of the plate. A little bit of a delayed call there from Rob Stevenson, your home plate umpire this afternoon, but O'Connor Yokoyama does get the call from the ump. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and that one in the dirt. Yushin Oda getting the start behind home plate for the Barnstormers this afternoon. Fukuda is in the game. He's your designated hitter for this afternoon. A couple of changes from the lineup from last night. Comes set once again. Here's a 2-2 pitch, and that flies high and out of the zone. And LaRue works the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
If you haven't watched Fukuda catch, you'd be in for a treat. He's thrown out 13 runners so far this year. Last year, the catcher who was the most successful threw out 18, and we're not quite halfway through the season yet.
3-2 pitch, and this one sky to left field. Not really moving much at all. Camping under it, making the catch is Braxton Haggett. They came right to him. And Call that a can of corn sometimes. Hawk Harrelson of the White Sox for many years call it that.
We've been watching outfielders chasing the ball all over the outfield the last week or so with some gusting winds. Been a challenge to the outfielders.
Kind of nice to have a low wind day, at least so far.
It's a nice Sunday afternoon at Rotary Park, Fergie Field.
Here's Andy Leader, and he takes the first pitch just outside the zone a little bit. Ball one. Leader wants to get his numbers up a little bit, just at .217 with a batting average. He's got some pop, and he wants to get those power numbers up too. This one in the dirt this time. So one ball high and out of the zone and one ball in the dirt. Leader in control with the count here. First two retired to Guelph in the first inning. Here's the 2-0 delivery, and this one right up the middle, and that goes under the glove of the shortstop Goodwin and into center field for a base hit. So our first base hit of this afternoon keeps the train rolling here for Guelph. And things don't get any easier here. Cleanup hitter for the Royals. Your designated hitter is Matthew Ward. I'm not sure what this walk-up song is, but Jeff Hottman is putting us to sleep right now.
It's not the Beach Boys, so I can't identify with it.
First pitch to Matthew Ward, and now they throw down to first, trying to get the runner. He's out! Got him napping at first base. A nice pickoff from Oda, the catcher. He's got a good arm. And just like that, we're done. The top of the first. Nice gun down at first from the arm of Oda as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Scoreless between the Royals and Barnstormers. You're watching Barnstormers TV with Kent Essex Mutual Insurance Company.
My name is Spencer Marcus, outfielder for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers from Chatham, Ontario. The community support has been amazing for baseball. Everybody coming together. You never really thought of this town as a baseball town, more of a hockey town. I remember when I found out that Kent Essex Mutual Insurance wanted to do an interview about a hometown hero. I never thought somebody would look at just a baseball player like that. It takes a lot of support to make this team a success, and the Barnstormers wouldn't be where they are today without help from sponsors like Kent Essex Mutual Insurance.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
At Great Lakes Gymnastics, it all starts with our state-of-the-art 12,000 square foot facility, built to inspire movement, confidence, and growth. From preschool to recreational classes, our programs are safe, structured, and designed to help every child thrive. For athletes with big goals, our competitive team trains year-round with experienced coaches and competes across Ontario. Whether you're just getting started or aiming for the podium, Great Lakes Gymnastics is where greatness begins.
Bottom of the first inning here at Fergie Jenkins Field. It's Barnstormers TV. Scoreless as we go to the bottom half of the first. There you see the defensive lineup for the Guelph Royals. Patterson, Williams, and Leader in the outfield left to right. Nellis at third, LaRue at shortstop, Burns at second, and Blake Simpson at first. Anderson Fenwick's your catcher, and Brandon Dean, second start of the season for the Royals. He gets the assignment on the bump for Guelph this afternoon. First to meet him today is Evan Morrison, your leadoff hitter of the Barnstormers, well outside and low. Ball one. Almost to the halfway mark of this regular season. That will be the case after Tuesday's game. And this one again outside. And halfway through the season, a .400 average remains for Evan Morrison. What a campaign.
Tuesday is 21 games, right?
It is,
yeah.
Yep. This one skied the other way to left. This is a race towards the foul line, and this will fall in foul. 2 balls and 1 strike, and no matter who the left fielder is out there, he's got
a long way to go.
Quite a jog out there. Ashton Patterson trying to track that one down, but it falls foul. 2-1 the count on Evan Morrison. It's one low once again. 3 balls and 1 strike. And Morrison again, 400 batting average.
He just got off the bus and started hitting here.
He certainly did. Right.
He's hit every game. There's another one.
That's going to up the average even more. Going the other way, a leadoff single for Evan Morrison as he just plunks it into shallow left.
He hits the ball where it is pitched.
That'll bring up Spencer Marcus, who had a day off yesterday. He was also flirting up around 400 there for a little while. 361, though, still an extremely good batting average. As Marcus is back in the lineup this afternoon, patrolling center field. This one outside. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 home run for Spencer this season. He's driven in a bunch, 11 RBIs so far. This one sent the other way, pitch in on the hands of Marcus, and he fouls it off to the right-hand side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Quick look over at first. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This is just on the outside sliver of the plate. Taking a good long look at that one. Home plate umpire Stevenson. He determined that it did hit the strike zone. And now Brandon Dean's ahead of the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Comes set. 1-2 pitch, a floater inside. Looks like it tailed back around towards the plate, but too far inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Morrison with a leadoff single. Moderate lead at first. 2-2 inside, and that came close to brushing the sweater of Spencer Marcus, but does not grab him, but it's inside and a full count.
It's early. Do we send the runner? I think with the number of people we left stranded yesterday, the runner may be going.
There he goes, 3-2's inside, and so he can slow down for that second half of the way to second base. That's a walk following a single. 2 on and nobody out for the Barnstormers, bottom of the first inning. Control definitely an issue for Brandon Deans. That's his 16th walk, and he's only pitched 12 innings so far this season. First pitch is right down the pipe there from Brandon Deans as he is now met by Fusuki Fukuda batting third in the DH spot this afternoon.
Good night last night, on base 5 times, 3 walks, 2 singles. Good night's work.
Absolutely, trying to keep that hot streak going. And this one again inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, what a night. As he mentioned, the 3 walks, the 2 hits, the two runners he gunned down at second base.
Yep.
Very, very good night for Fukuda on your Saturday night. He awaits the 1-1 pitch. And this one is skied. Was in on the hands. Out behind second base. And the catch is made. It wasn't really the easiest catch back there with the second baseman going backwards. But Carson Burns able to make the out.
Called him off, obviously.
First out at the bottom of the first inning, and that will bring up the cleanup hitter this afternoon. There's Yushin Oda. Gets the starting assignment behind the plate this afternoon. 306 average for Oda. First pitch, curves back into the strike zone, getting that outer sliver. Strike 1.
Oda's been sort of waiting his turn to get in there catching. He's a very good catcher, good arm. Can hit, just hasn't had a chance to play a lot, with Fukuda being the main catcher on the team. He's going to step off. Never leave the shortstop standing at second base. If you want a friend from the shortstop, it would be your friend at least.
Evan Morrison dancing around back there, trying to get the timing off from Deans. Comes a strike 1 pitch. And again, That's a strike called. Curled into the strike zone, said Rob Stevenson. And quickly, Dean's ahead of the count. No balls and 2 strikes on Yu Shinoda. Morrison, the runner at second. Marcus over at first. A single and a walk to begin this bottom of the first. 1 out. And a swing and a miss. Some good heat there from Deans, and that's a strikeout. As he's recovering now from the first 2 Barnstormers hitting the base paths. Now a pop-up and a strikeout since. And it'll bring up the starting first baseman this afternoon. It's Owen Constantino.
You can see from the stats, Owen hasn't had a lot of at-bats. He's trying to get his feet wet in the Intercounty League. He's from Ottawa.
As a runner in scoring position, takes the first pitch in for a strike.
Played this past year at Carleton University. Big left-handed batter.
Looking to get some more reps in the batter's box as this midway part of the season unfolds. Strike 1 pitch is outside. Misses the mark that time. 1 ball and 1 strike. Braxton Haggith waits on deck, trying to get a turn here in this bottom of the first. Here's a 1-1 pitch. This one flies outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. That's already 20 pitches for the starting pitcher, Deans, for Guelph. 10 strikes, 10 balls. Pitch number 21 rides outside, so now the scales tip in favor of the balls. 21 pitches, 11 of them out of the strike zone. See if the Barnstormers become a little more patient with Deans on the mound, looking for their pitch. Comes the 3-1 delivery, and that one is, they appeal, and no swing. So out of the strike zone, and Constantino did not offer at it, so he'll take his walk. And that'll load the bases for CK, 2 of them on the bases on balls. And that will get a nice opportunity here for Braxton Haggith. Trying to catch fire here towards the midway part of the season, too, that .220 average. First pitch misses outside, ball 1 to Haggith. Bit of a rough night last night for Braxton, 3 strikeouts. He was wanting to forget about that night. That's what we want to do. Pretty much in every sport, certainly baseball, when you play so close together, forget about a bad night that you might have had last night.
Yeah, can't live in the past. You got to live in the future and the present. And he had a rough night last night with strikeouts, but he had a great game on Friday night. So keep pushing ahead.
Pitching coach having a quick chat here in the bottom of the first with his starter this afternoon, Brandon Deans. The 6'4" tall right-hander. The OCAA Pitcher of the Year a couple of years ago, back in 2022. Brandon Deans. Haggett steps back in the batter's box. And this one was right down the middle and some good heat there. Swing and a miss from Haggith. Whatever that talk was at the mound worked on that pitch.
Yep.
1 ball and 1 strike. Bases loaded, full of Barnstormers. 2 out. We're still scoreless. Here's the 1-1, and that one catches the strike zone. Another good pitch there from Deans. Kind of a Jekyll and Hyde so far in this inning with his control. He's really locked in, or he's relatively wild.
He'll throw 3 or 4 balls in a row, and then he'll get back into the strike zone.
Comes the 1-2, and waved at and missed by Haggith. He strikes out, and that's going to do it for the bottom of the first. We've played 1 complete here at Fergie Jenkins Field in Rotary Park, and we're scoreless. The Guelph Royals and the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. It's Barnstormers TV with Kent Essex Mutual Insurance Company.
Still selling critical illness insurance. Still selling retirement savings plans. Still selling group benefit plans. Still selling life insurance. Still selling disability insurance.
Are you selling insurance? Not today. Play ball.
Hey Barnstormer fans, want to win a $50 gas card just for cheering on your favorite team? Grab your phone right now and snap a selfie of you and your family and friends watching Barnstormers TV. Follow and tag at CK Barnstormers and Kent Essex Mutual Insurance at KE Mutual on Instagram. You need both tags and follows to qualify for the selfie contest. At CK Barnstormers and at KE Mutual. Share your selfie before the end of the game for a chance to win a $50 gas card.
Great making up the lineup card.
Second inning here at Fergie Jenkins Field. It's Barnstormers TV against the Guelph Royals this afternoon. It's Mike and Ed. And a scoreless ball game. As back to work is Yuri O'Connor Yokoyama for his second inning of work. Remaining with the cleanup hitter as he was left standing in the batter's box at the end of the top of the first thanks to that pickoff at first base. As Andy Leader was dancing out for first a bit too far, and Oda able to throw it down to first and pick him off to end that inning. So back at it again is Matthew Ward. Takes the first pitch high.
Getting back to that inning, I was just talking about Fukuda in his arm.
Right, yeah.
when Oda picked the guy off first base. So we're fortunate to have two catchers of their abilities.
Descent to center field, but right there, Spencer Marcus able to run it down, going to his right. He had a good beat on it. And one down to kick off this top of the second inning for Guelph. That'll bring up Blake Simpson. He's your first baseman for Guelph this afternoon. But as you were mentioning, the depth of catcher for the Barnstormers, you were saying the lack of playing time for Oda, and it's hard to get in there with Fukuda.
It is. He's played around a little bit. He's played third base. I think he played one game in the outfield.
That one missing just a little bit. Ball one on Blake Simpson. Mark Nellis waiting on deck for Guelph. 1-0 pitch. That is skied foul. Left-hand side. Actually, this might be playable in foul territory. Nice catch there from Torin Vasilenik. And quickly, 2 out here in the top of the second inning.
Talked to Torin a couple of weeks ago. I mentioned it briefly last night, but he played all of his baseball in Alberta, and most of it was south of the border in North Dakota, and he is a third baseman by natural position, and he played mostly shortstop last year, on his first year with the Barnstormers. Seems comfortable at third base.
Pretty sure-handed.
He hasn't got a good arm. He can throw.
Mark Nellis now up for Guelph. That one flies outside. That evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. .333 average for Nellis, the third baseman. Vasilenik's counterpart here this afternoon. Base is empty and 2 outs. 1-1 pitch. That one fouled back to the screen to our right. And again, O'Connor Yokoyama doing a good job overall so far early in this game, just getting ahead of hitters.
Hope our ball boy had a good night's sleep last night. I keep seeing him sprinting behind the home plate with either replenishing the baseballs or chasing the foul balls.
He's got some good speed. That one flies well outside and high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, he's getting his steps in. He's actually honored last night in the field as Dom Pinot was down there and honored the Barnstormers ball boy. Yokoyama set. Here comes a 2-2 pitch, and foul just off the tip of the end of the bat. As Mark Nellis stays up there, it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes.
There he goes again. His one speed. Fast.
That's why he was hired. How fast can you go on and off the field? Yokoyama set once again. Again, 2-2 pitch. Strike! 3 called. A nice dip into the strike zone. Good movement from O'Connor Yokoyama. And he gets through the side. 3 up, 3 down. To the bottom of the second we go. It's still scoreless between the Guelph Royals and Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Barnstormers TV with Kent Essex Mutual Insurance Company, Ontario's trusted insurance.
Whether personal, agricultural, or commercial, Inyo Pest Advisors are here. Inyo. Bigger than bugs.
Anything you want.
Everybody say.
Hardline drive up the middle. Whoa! Lindor out of nowhere. How did he do that?
That Lindor can play. I don't know about that hair. And don't get me started on those gloves.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
It's time for a revolution. The Rev 1X by Rollins.
Looking for a fun, active way to keep your kids moving? At Great Lakes Gymnastics, our recreational classes are all about building strength, coordination, and confidence, all while having a blast. And when it's time to celebrate, we throw birthday parties kids will never forget, packed with games, gymnastics, and tons of smiles. In our safe, state-of-the-art facility, every child gets the chance to shine. Join the fun at Great Lakes Gymnastics, where every day feels like a celebration.
Get ready for the bottom of the second. There's some out-of-town scores for today. Another full slate of games across the IBL. London has a 4-2 lead on Toronto. Bottom of the fourth up at Labatt Park in London. We'll keep an eye on that one. Barnstormers and Majors tied for second in the standings. Scoreless in Brantford between the Kitchener Panthers and Brantford Red Sox. They're just getting going top of the second. Also top second in Hamilton at Burnie Arbor. It's a 2-0 lead for the Barrie Bay Cats. And then this one's still scoreless, so another busy day. Only the Welland Jackfish with the day off across the IBL. Sadler Goodwin steps in for the Barnstormers to kick off the bottom of the second inning. And he takes a ride to center field. It's deep, and it is gone! That one kept carrying for Sadler Goodwin. And first pitch swinging. The Barnstormers lead it 1-0. Home run number 4 of the season for Goodwin. And that was a case of it just kept carrying and carrying. Looked like it might have been a lazy ball to medium depth to center field, but he just kept going back and it sailed over the fence.
I think he got all of it. It just kept going. We mentioned last night he hit one of the longest home runs we've seen here. Just to the left of the scoreboard as we look out to left center field. We'll have to measure that off someday.
We'll have to take a day off. We'll just measure to the outfield. Now squaring to bunt, and this one rolls into fair territory, and that's going to be a put out on Spencer Morin. 2-3 put out.
They really deadened that bunt. That ball went about 6 inches.
So Morin trying to use his speed to get on base, but didn't quite work out. First out of the bottom of the second inning, and that brings up one of the heroes from last night, Torin Vasilinek. His 2-run double in the 7th inning, tying up that ball game at 6 at the time. And the Barnstormers go on to keep chipping away. 8-7 win against the Kitchener Panthers in the bottom of the 9th. Another great ball game here at Fergie.
Morin squared the bunt in that game late last night. I think he got hit in the shoulder or the chest with a pitch.
That one called a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Torrin Vasilenic back there at third base, certainly earning a starting spot after last night's performance. That time a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes as Brandon Deans in control with his count. Homestand continues on Canada Day Tuesday evening. Brantford Red Sox will be in town. A 6 p.m. opening pitch. Here comes the 1-2, and this one is sky to shallow right field. Second baseman going back, but it's going to be the right fielder who camps under it, and making the catch is Andy Leader. That'll be 2 out for the Barnstormers in the bottom of the second. And back to the top of the order is Evan Morrison.
Our hitting machine this year.
Yep, he came into this game batting an even .400, and that's been raised a little bit now after that leadoff single. And this one in the dirt skips back to the backstop. Unfortunately, Morrison's leadoff single and the follow-up walk to Marcus, they were both stranded. Some chances in that first inning, but they left the bases loaded. And this one swatted at by Morrison, foul off to the left-hand side. .408 is now the batting average for Morrison after that first inning single. Dan Dominguez and his high-tech math machine.
We'll leave that to Dan.
Yeah. High-tech math machine. It's his phone.
We just shake our head and agree.
Yeah.
Yep. Good figuring.
2 balls and 1 strike on Morrison. And the pitch is taken the other way to left field, going over to his right, long way, and he makes the catch, stumbles, but he hangs on. Nice catch out in left field by Ashton Patterson. And that is going to do it for the second inning. But the home run, the long one from Goodwin, makes it a 1-0 lead for the Barnstormers through 2 innings. It's Barnstormers TV with Kent Essex Mutual Insurance Company, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Hey, Jackson and Joey, you guys have to whack the golf balls into the hula hoop. Chris is going to do the same thing. He's a professional golfer, so whoever gets the most golf balls in the hula hoop is the winner. You guys got this. I know you do.
Okay, you guys get to watch, girls.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. We got 40 seconds. Hurry up. Start in 5. Everybody, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Guys,
45 seconds left. Oh, we got no golf balls in there.
Make some dreams happen.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and the kids are winners. The kids are the winners. Amazing. Congratulations, guys. And thanks again, Chris.
Sorry. 2 innings complete here at Fergie Jenkins Field in CK. The Barnstormers leading it 1-0 on the Guelph Royals. Home run there by Sadler Goodwin to kick off the bottom of the second is your scoring so far. Big hello going out to Michelle joining us in the broadcast this afternoon. Good to have you along, Michelle, a CK fan, and Mike and Donna, Guelph fans, Mark as well. Some nice words from Mark, so thanks for wherever you're joining us this afternoon. And also, hey, William from Kelowna, BC, looks like he's joining us from out in British Columbia. Beautiful Kelowna this afternoon. Thank you very much for having us on, William, wherever you're looking in. Hope you're having a great Sunday afternoon. And first pitch is launched to right field. This is really deep, and it is way out of here. A first pitch home run for the Guelph Royals, and Andrew Fenwick, the catcher. First of the season, I believe. And he did not miss. He was looking for that exact pitch. And he deposited it where he wanted it, over that right field fence. So a long home run for Fenwick. And it's a 1-1 ball game, a tie for the Guelph Royals. So he took a page out of Sadler Goodwin's book, first pitch swinging that last half inning.
Yeah. One up.
Fenwick ties it up quickly. Carson Burns now up for the Royals. 258 average, and that one just misses outside. Ball one from O'Connor Yokoyama. This one is up the middle. Tricky play here for the second baseman, and that's not going to work out as he was ranging a lot to his right and just couldn't come up with it. Looks like that was probably going to be an infield single, and it will be an infield hit for Carson Burns. That was a long way for Morrison to go. It wasn't looking too good to make that play right from the start.
He was pulled over for the left-handed batter. Might have been closer to Goodwin. I wasn't watching Goodwin. Right up the middle, anyway.
So a leadoff home run, now an infield single, and that brings up Ashton Patterson, the left fielder for Guelph. And he squares to bunt. That one goes in the dirt. Did he go around? And with the great angle that the second base umpire has, he said, nope, no swing. One of the quirks of the IBL, though, with your three umpires.
Three-man, yeah. Not the umpires.
No, not at all.
It's one of the holes, I think, in a three-man system. And
Patterson pulls the bat back and takes this one low. 2 balls and no strikes. Couple looks over at first. 2-0 count, and the pitch is fouled back behind us.
We better be careful of what we say, because one of these years there'll be just an eye in the sky, and the voice will come over and say, yeah, he went. Strike. We won't know where it came from.
That's right.
It'll be called. And
I think we're hurtling
don't want it.
I think we're hurtling towards that, maybe quicker than a lot of us want. Here's the 2-1, and it goes inside. Did that hit the bat?
I think he's lucky it did hit the bat.
Yeah.
Looking, it was going right for his nose.
Taking a look here, and that went off. He used the bat for protection. And as you mentioned, Yokoyama, beneficiary of that one. So that evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Patterson. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and this one again stung to right field. And that one will trail off foul. From that angle that we have, I really have to watch the umpire and not jump to conclusions in that corner.
You got one post in front of you, and it comes into play with me too, and we can't really follow the ball when it goes foul down the right field line.
So we'll reset and do it again with the 2-2 pitch, and that one flies high, and a chance to pick off the runner at second, and he does! Caught stealing, and that one looked to be a bit of a stutter step towards second on the steal attempt from Carson Burns. And there is another gun down of a Chatham-Kent Barnstormer catcher with Yoshinoda. He's
great
showing
throw.
Off his arm.
Also a great tag by Goodwin. He had to come back to the bag to make that play, and it was a good athletic play by both of them.
Here comes the 3-2 pitch, and that one looked to me to be outside the strike zone, but taking a swing at that one was Patterson, and he fouls it off left-hand side.
Oda must be glancing at Fukuda saying, see? I can do that too.
Got to wonder if that friendly rivalry between the two. 3-2 pitch once again. Strike 3! Good movement of that slider, and he strikes him out. Good battle between the two there. And Yokoyama wins it with the strikeout. Third strikeout of the afternoon for Yuri O'Connor Yokoyama.
Yokoyama is Japanese Canadian, speaks English, French, and Japanese, born in Montreal, Quebec. Acts as an interpreter for a couple of the Japanese players.
Very smart young man and good on the mound as well. Tall left-hander. J.D. Williams as we're back to the top of the order for Guelph. Ball one pitch is skied. This will be well foul behind us. 1-1.
He's pitched in the Japanese League for 2 seasons and also has 1 year under his belt at McGill in Montreal.
Comes the 1-1, and this one again skied to the right-hand side, racing over it to the foul line in foul territory, and there's Spencer Morin, who makes the catch. Good speed, and more than frustrated is J.D. Williams. He broke his bat right at the plate. He slammed his bat down, slammed his helmet down, and he's going to need a new bat.
There's 2 bats.
Yeah, not happy after that fly out to right. Guelph ties it up on that home run by Andrew Fenwick. We're all tied up at 1 as we go to the bottom of the third. It's Barnstormers TV with Kent Essex Mutual Insurance Company.
Baseball is filled with ups and downs. Maybe that's what makes it so great. The long grind, the off-season, battling through injuries, hitting slumps, rain delays, and bad calls. The hard 90 way is never giving up. Going 0 for 3, then getting the game-winning hit in the championship game. This is why we grind. You need gear that battles through with you. Gear that's as tough as you and won't let you down. It's time to go all in.
Hard 90.
My name is Spencer Marcus, outfielder for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers from Chatham, Ontario. The community support has been amazing for baseball. Everybody coming together. You never really thought of this town as a baseball town, more of a hockey town. I remember when I found out that Kent Essex Mutual Insurance wanted to do an interview about a hometown hero. I never thought somebody would look at just a baseball player like that. It takes a lot of support to make this team a success, and the Barnstormers wouldn't be where they are today without help from sponsors like Kent Essex Mutual Insurance.
Spencer Marcus leads off the bottom of the third for the Barnstormers in a 1-1 tie. Count is 2 balls and no strikes as we begin this inning. And this one inside and low. 3 balls and no strikes on Marcus. Drew a walk the first time up back in the first, but Barnstormers leaving the bases loaded and didn't score that first inning. Now up tight. And pardon me, that was a 2-1 count, so 3-1 is where it is now. 3-1 on Marcus. And seeing this one all the way, he'll run the count full. As finding the strike zone is Brandon Deans getting the starting assignment for Guelph this afternoon. 3-2 pitch flying way out of his hand, and that was super high, right when the pitcher released the ball. That's ball 4, so a leadoff walk for Spencer Marcus.
I think he might have ripped his fingertips with that one. It sometimes happens when you're trying to spin the ball, shaking his hand.
So 3 innings, and all 3 innings for the Barnstormers, they've had the leadoff guy on. Trying to take advantage here. Masuki Fukuda steps in, and he takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Fukuda popped out to very shallow right field on the edge of the grass. Popped up to second base. And this one stung to center field. That'll drop in front of the center fielder for a base hit. As Fukuda gets his first hit of the afternoon, moves Marcus up to second.
I'm sitting here thinking, smiling to myself, I'm thinking, oh, Fukuda, he's the other catcher. He can throw guys out too, right?
And here's tonight's starting, or this afternoon's starting catcher, Yushin Oda. Like the friendly rivalry between these two is.
I think they're roommates. They stay together. I know 2 or 4 other guys. Two other guys, I guess.
Oda takes the first pitch in the dirt. Good job by Fenwick to keep that ball in front of him and keep the runners at first and second. Oda struck out his first time up in the first inning, but he's got 2 on and nobody out. Bottom of the third. Takes another pitch low. 2 balls and no strikes. We talk about catching tandems in the IBL. You've got to really rank the Barnstormers right up there. If not number one, then they're going to be awfully close, certainly, with the defensive numbers. And you add the offensive numbers, too. Swing and a miss there. Good movement on that pitch. And Oda could not catch up to that offering from Deans. 2-1.
I'll have to see if Dan remembers, but I don't think Fukuda's ever played any other position for the Barnstormers but catch. I can't remember him playing out from behind catcher.
2-1 delivery on the way from Deans. This one in on the hands, and it goes to third base. Infield fly, and that one is caught with no trouble by Nellis over at third. So another pop-up. Going to bring up Owen Constantino, his second trip to the plate. He drew a walk back in the first inning. At that point, loaded up the bases of Barnstormers, but they weren't able to do any damage. Another chance here with 2 on for Constantino. A big rip there, but couldn't catch up to that fastball from Deans. Moderate breeze here at Fergie Field this afternoon. Beautiful sunshine, nothing but blue skies in front of us. Strike 1 delivery, and that one
hit it twice.
Off the catcher.
I think he fouled it twice.
Which is not easy to do.
And then came back off the catcher, and his follow-through with his swing, he hit it again.
Barnstormers trying to break through here with a couple of men on base to kick off an inning. And this is spanning back to last night's game against Kitchener, where they had so many innings, where it was such a promising start. And you think they'd have a relatively big inning and just left so many. 12 on base last night alone. 0-2 situation here to Constantino. Yeah. 0-2 pitch in the dirt and inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Dan informed us that he's had 48 games total. 43 of them as catcher. Probably the other 5 are DH. In his 2 years.
Deans comes set, looks back at second. And the 1-2 outside and low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brantford Red Sox in town on Tuesday night. It's a Canada Day celebration. 6 p.m. game time here at Fergie Jenkins Field. A lot of home cooking recently for the Barnstormers. Here comes the 2-2 delivery, well outside. That goes to the outside of the other batter's box. And again, a good job by Constantino to work this count full, coming back and making it 3-2.
Common mistake for a pitcher. He's just leaving the ball out there. He's not pulling through with the ball.
Big pitch here, 3-2 delivery, and this one is sent the other way, shortstop. They will go to second for 1, and that's all they're going to get, a fielder's choice. 6-4 put out. So that moves Spencer Marcus to third, 90 feet away from the go-ahead run. And second time up this afternoon for Braxton Haggith, who's trying to snap out of a slump here. Trying to get a good pitch to drive here. Just a nice single would go a long way. Struck out his first time up, takes the first pitch in for a strike from Brandon Deans. This one fouled back. Quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes is Brandon Deans. 1-1 tie. Both on home runs. Sadler Goodwin began the bottom of the second with a solo shot and a long home run, and then another long home run from Fenwick the next half inning. And this one high goes back to the backstop, and that will get the runner up to second base. as Fukuda able to easily jog to second on that wild pitch. Staying put at third is Marcus. Again with that really hard Fergie Jenkins Field ricochet off the brick wall. That was not going to be a situation where Marcus was going to sprint to the plate.
You're a catcher here. You got to really be aware of that.
1-2 on the way, and he slaps it just foul along the third base left field line. Just poked at it, and that wasn't foul by a whole lot. Marcus at third, Fukuda at second. A 1-1 ball game, bottom three. Pitch strides high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pardon me, Constantino, the runner at second on the fielder's choice that retired Fukuda. 2-2 on the way, again flies high out of the zone. Another Barnstormer able to work the count full, coming from behind of the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. This will be pitch number 62 for Deans. And it is popped up in the air around the home plate. Catcher camps under it, and he will make the catch to retire the side as Fenwick ends the bottom of the third. It's still a 1-1 ball game here between the Royals and Barnstormers. To the fourth we go with Barnstormers TV and Kent Essex Mutual Insurance Company.
Still selling critical illness insurance. Still selling retirement savings plans. Still selling group benefit plans. Still selling life insurance. Still selling disability insurance.
Are you selling insurance? Not today. Play ball.
Flip into the best summer ever at Great Lakes Gymnastics. Our PA Day, March break, and summer camps are packed with gymnastics, games, crafts, and nonstop fun, all in a safe, state-of-the-art facility. Spots are filling fast, so register today.
It's us again. Enyo Pest Advisors, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
Attention business owners and marketers. Imagine your brand in front of a live, engaged audience, right here, right now. This space is the perfect opportunity to showcase your product, service, or message to viewers in real time. Whether you're looking to boost sales, build awareness, or grow your audience, we've got you covered. Don't wait. Secure your spot today.
Back here at Fergie Jenkins Field, Rotary Park in CK, corner of Queen and Tweedsmuir in Chatham. Barnstormers baseball, beautiful Sunday afternoon. Mike Renier along with Ed Myers, Cole Dupuy, our producer, Dan Dominguez, our statistician. Another good ball game lined up here this afternoon, a 1-1 tie. And O'Connor Yokoyama out there for his 4th inning of work. First pitch dips outside of the strike zone. It's a bit low. To Brent LaRue, shortstop for the Guelph Royals. Flew out to left field his first time up, back in the first. And this one jams him. He sends this one to second base, a little short hop. And a nice recovery there. The short-handed second baseman for the Barnstormers. An easy, relatively easy play there for Morrison.
Had a little juice on it.
Yeah, did.
It's going to bounce away from him. But I think he had that well under control.
The Masters music, public address announcer Jeff Hoffman on this PGA Day at the ballpark with Willow Ridge Golf Club in Blenheim, sponsoring a beautiful day of the ballpark here at Fergie. Pitch rides just a bit outside. I think that caught Ota a bit by surprise. He was waiting for a strike call behind him. Andy Leader, the number 3 hitter in the lineup for Guelph. Again, the 1-0 flies out of the hand a bit early of Yokoyama. 2 balls and no strikes. Having a bit of difficulty finding the strike zone here in this situation to Andy Leader. Leader singled back in the first inning, but was picked off at first. A nice throw down by Ota. And the 3-0 pitch this time finds a good part of the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike. Yokoyama ready, and the 3-1 tails inside and low for ball 4. So Andy Leader patient at bat there, and he draws a 1-out walk. His first walk given up in the afternoon by Yokoyama. Now the designated hitter, Matthew Ward, strides in. 0 for 1 of the afternoon as Ward flew out to Spencer Marcus back in the second. And again, that one flies well outside the strike zone.
Numbers are identical. Each team has 1 run, 3 hits, no errors.
And, just finding that outside corner.
Some quick hands involved there, I believe.
I think that was good. A little framing action there from Ota. 1 ball and 1 strike as Yokoyama trying to get back into the strike zone. One pitch on the way. Again, that one flies out of his hand. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hi to Bill Robinson. We haven't heard from Bill very much at all this season, but he's back looking in on us this afternoon. So, Bill, a big Barnstormers fan, thanks for hanging out with us this afternoon, Mr. Robinson. 2-1 delivery on the way, and again, that one in the dirt. And it's like Yokoyama having a bit of difficulty here. He retired LaRue on a ground out to begin this inning, but since he has had one heck of a time trying to find that strike zone for whatever reason.
Become erratic, yeah. Sort of phase right now. Which Bill Robinson called in?
Younger fella. He is a salesman.
Okay.
I
think he called last year.
He did. He was a regular viewer in last year. I was hoping he was still with us this year, and luckily he is. Catching the strike zone there. A good pitch from Yokoyama. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
There's another Bill Robinson, who's my age, coached football at McGregor, and we played ball together for years.
Was a principal of mine for a number of years.
That's right.
Wasn't in his office too much.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, not too much anyway. 3-2 pitch. That is well high in ball 4. So back-to-back Watts from O'Connor Yokoyama. 2 on and 1 out. But this Bill Robinson, last I checked, he was at one of the car dealerships in town. And forgive me that I don't remember which one it was. So I'm sure Bill will set us straight in which one it is.
Oh,
he works on right
call
now.
back.
Yeah, he will. I'm sure he will quite shortly, but wherever you are looking in on us this afternoon, really glad to have you part of the broadcast. Let us know where you're from, what you're up to on this Sunday afternoon. 2 Royals on base and a strike called. Lower part of the strike zone, but Yokoyama gets the call. It's Blake Simpson, the left-hander now, lefty on lefty for Guelph. 1-1 tie in the top of the 4th. Look back at second. And pitch just misses. Didn't miss by much. Not getting a lot of the close calls in this top of the 4th. Another look back at second. Moderate lead back there. And the pitch, this is grounded between first and second. That will go into right field for a base hit. The turn at third. Here's another play at the plate, and he is safe for the plate. Getting that hand in there just before the tag from Oda. But a good try by Spencer Moore, and in right. Again, testing the arms of the outfielders of the Barnstormers is an interesting choice, but it worked out that time for Guelph.
Yeah, good throw, good strong throw. Good tag by Oda. Runner beat him.
So an RBI single for Simpson. And that will give the Royals their first lead of the afternoon at 2-1 for Guelph. Still just one out in the inning, 2 on. And Mark Nellis steps in for the Royals. First pitch finds the outside part of the plate, strike one. Look back at second. And this one doesn't come back down to the strike zone, remains high.
Got to pull the ball down.
1 ball and 1 strike on Mark Nellis, striking out his first time up back in the second. Just a bit low, 2 balls and a strike. Heard back from Bill. He works at Chatham Mazda. So, fine salesman in his own right, too. So, Bill, Chatham Mazda. I'm presuming he's not working today, being a Sunday. Probably not a lot of selling going on today. Thanks for Bill for having us on this afternoon. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. That was a big pitch there from Yokoyama. Hard swing there from Nellis. 2-2. Key batter here for O'Connor Yokoyama. Wants to retire him. Back-to-back walks and an RBI single here for the Royals. Look back at second and a huge lead back at second base. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. Nellis down swinging. And that is a huge second out. And 4 Ks on the afternoon for O'Connor Yokoyama. Big strikeout.
What's And as we have mentioned, too, those 2 walks got himself into a little bit of trouble. He usually doesn't walk a lot of batters. Usually around the strike zone.
Brings up Andrew Fenwick for the second time, and he had a big blow. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Anderson Fenwick, catcher this afternoon for Guelph. Long home run to right center field his first time up. Tying up the ball game at that point at 1-1. This time, that pitch didn't miss by much. Umpire says just a little bit inside from Rob Stevenson. 2 balls and no strikes. Another look back at second from Yokoyama. Long look back. And this one again skied in the air to right field. This time not nearly as deep as Morin camps under it. A little bit of an adventure, but he is able to catch up to it and end the inning. So 1 run comes in for the Guelph Royals. Blake Simpson an RBI single, and it gives Guelph a 2-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th. For Chatham-Kent Barnstormers TV, glad to have you here on this Sunday afternoon with Kent Essex Mutual Insurance Company.
Hey Barnstormer fans, want to win a $50 gas card just for cheering on your favorite team? Grab your phone right now and snap a selfie of you and your family and friends watching Barnstormers TV. Follow and tag at CK Barnstormers and Kent Essex Mutual Insurance at KE Mutual on Instagram. You need both tags and follows to qualify for the selfie contest. At CK Barnstormers and at KE Mutual. Share your selfie before the end of the game for a chance to win a $50 gas card.
My name is Spencer Marcus, outfielder for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers from Chatham, Ontario. The community support has been amazing for baseball. Everybody coming together. You never really thought of this town as a baseball town, more of a hockey town. I remember when I found out that Kent Essex Mutual Insurance wanted to do an interview about a hometown hero. I never thought somebody would look at just a baseball player like that, takes a lot of support to make this team a success, and the Barnstormers wouldn't be where they are today without help from sponsors like Kent Essex Mutual Insurance.
The Chatham Barnstormers have multiple summer camp opportunities available. Chatham's week-long summer camp from July 7th to 11th. Leamington's week-long summer camp from July 14th to the 18th. Then we head back to Chatham from July 21st to 25th. Wallaceburg summer camp between July 28th and August 1st. And finally Dresden's summer camp between August 4th and the 8th. Contact us today at the email on screen.
Bottom of inning number 4 here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Barnstormers and Guelph Royals 2-1 lead for Guelph on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Mike Renier along with Ed Myers. Amy Finn looking into the broadcast this afternoon. Big champion of Chatham-Kent, so glad to have you here, Amy. I know she's here a lot in person to watch the Barnstormers at Fergie. Maybe Tuesday night back here once again, a Canada Day game against Brantford. This one a wave and a miss from Sandler Goodwin. Not the greatest of pitches to offer out there. 0-2 delivery on Goodwin coming up here as he takes this one the other way. Lazy fly ball to right. And making the catch out there is Andy Leader. Goodwin is retired to kick off this 4th inning. Brings up Spencer Morin, number 8 hitter in the lineup for the Barnstormers this afternoon. I believe a bunt attempt his first time up. That did not go very far at all. And a 2-3 putout. That went about, 7 or 8 inches away from
Didn't
home
go
plate.
far at all, no. One step for the catcher. It just didn't roll.
Tried to follow up that Goodwin home run with a bunt single, but just didn't get the right angle on that bat, on the ball. Trying to get something started here in the bottom of the 4th. 1 ball and 1 strike on Morin. Swing and a miss. Gets a little bit of that bat on the ball, but goes into the catcher's glove. And once again, it's ahead of the count for Brandon Deans. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch on the way, and this one in the dirt considerably. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 from Dean. Strike 3 right down the middle of the plate there. And just wasn't what Morin was looking for. And he goes down on strikes. That is number 3 in terms of strikeouts this afternoon for Brandon Deans.
It's been a slow-moving game so far. A total of 3 runs. 2 for Guelph, 1 for Chatham.
First pitch, slider outside for Torin Vasilenic. Flied out to right his first time up.
Ian is approaching 70 pitches in this game.
That one flying well out of the strike zone, very high. Certainly threw a lot of pitches in the opening 3 innings. 70, 72. This will be pitch 73. And he's still got some pretty good heat to that fastball.
Going hard, yeah.
Torin Vasilenic unable to catch up to that one. So pitch number 74 of the ball game coming up here for Deans, and only in the 4th inning. Ball is low to Vasilenic. Another swing and a miss there. Runs the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes on the number 9 hitter, Torin Vasilenic. We'll go back to the top of the order, and Morrison, he is waiting on deck. Hopefully get a turn here in this inning. 3-2 pitch is inside, just missing the hands of Vasilenic, and he draws a 2-out walk.
Never too late. Lots of rallies start with 2 out.
Yeah, there are times where you have the first 2 batters out and then they go on a 5-run rally sometimes.
And that's happened more often than not, really.
Back to the order, top of the order we go, and Evan Morrison. And first pitch swinging for Evan Morrison. It's popped up, maybe playable, and no. It's the big bang above us and the tin roof.
That gives it away.
It says not playable. It goes foul just by a little bit. So it's Evan Morrison. He'll get back in the batter's box. No balls and 1 strike. 1 for 2 afternoon for Morrison, singling in the first and flying out to left in the second inning. Squares the bunt, trying to catch the third baseman back quite a bit, but that one goes foul. And now puts himself in an 0-2 hole. Decent idea there, I suppose.
Yep, third baseman is playing back. Got good wheels.
Dean's ahead of the count, no balls and 2 strikes. This one slapped at, and it'll go into left field, a base hit.
That's all it takes, right? We'll put the bat on the ball.
Just a little slap at it, and it goes the other way. So good job by Morrison for his second hit of the afternoon. Spencer Marcus comes up for the 3rd time. Still doesn't have an official at bat. Both times he has walked. Back in the first and to lead off in the 3rd inning. Pitch from Deans in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes.
Spencer has a really wide stance, chokes up on the bat, usually makes pretty solid contact.
Catcher sets up outside, and that's where the ball is. Misses the mark. 2 balls and no strikes. Dean's averaging pretty close to 20 pitches per inning, which is quite elevated as he is approaching the 80 pitch mark. And this one up the middle and through for a base hit. Rounding third and coming in, and now a play will be at third base. And safe at third base, an RBI single for Spencer Marcus. He goes to second on the throw. And Vasilenic comes in to score.
Well, with 2 outs, all this is happening with 2 outs, which happens in baseball more often than you probably realize.
We kind of called it there.
You make the call, right?
After that walk from Vasilenic, he comes around to score there. And Morrison able to beat the throw at third base. We're back tied at 2. First pitch in for a strike from Deans on Masuki Fukuda. Back and forth baseball game this afternoon. Now Fukuda steps in with 2 Barnstormers in scoring position. Pitch inside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on the designated hitter this afternoon for the Barnstormers. Wonder if we'll see more of a platoon at catcher now between Oda and Fukuda. We'll have to see as the season plays out. This one muscled into shortstop. Very short center field, but it was the shortstop making the catch there as LaRue was right there to make the catch. Barnstormers do tie this up at 2. We're a brand new ball game. 4 innings complete at Fergie-Jenkins Field. Barnstormers live. Glad you're here this afternoon on Barnstormers Television and the good friends at Kent Essex Mutual Insurance Company.
When I say go, first team to get all the cups in the bucket is the winner. Here are the cups here.
Logan.
All right, get your places, guys.
I get paid by the hour.
Countdown is on here, Dom.
I get paid by the hour. 3.
All right, 1.
cheer, cheer!
Oh, we got some fast players here. You guys are awesome. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. Oh, blue team's taking it today. You guys are all incredible. Thanks to the Riverside Royals for checking out the game today, and Steve's Pizzeria for sponsoring this game.
Hey, you guys stand right here. Take a quick picture. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Hey, hold this together, hold this together.
Forget. Top of the fifth inning, Fergie Jenkins Field. Glad you're with us on Barnstormers TV as we take a look at out-of-town scores and a busy day in the IBL. All but the Welland Jackfish are in action this afternoon. London has that 4-2 lead on Toronto up at Labatt Park. They're in the top of the seventh. Certainly of interest to Barnstormers fans as London and CK tied for second in the standings right now. Kitchener on the road over Brantford. It's a Panthers 3-0 over the Red Sox, bottom four. And in Hamilton, Barrie with a 2-0 lead early on in that game. So busy day across the IBL, and we'll continue to look in on those games. Good movement on that one from Yokoyama, but does not get the call from home plate umpire Stevenson. Ball one to begin this fifth inning. This one skied the other way to left field, long run, and that is again going to fall foul on the other side of the fence, but that doesn't stop the left fielders from making that long, long run. We'll probably say that every time that happens over there.
I don't know if it's where we sit or not, but left field looks like so much more room than right field. Maybe it's because of the field house in right field, gets more boxed in, but a left fielder has a whole lot of territory to cover, especially when you look at the scoreboard in left center. It's a whole world out there.
1 ball and 1 strike, and that one is high and outside the zone. High and outside from Yokoyama. 2 balls and 1 strike. Good matchup here this afternoon, all tied up at 2. Barnstormers had a 1-0 lead. Royals eventually clawed a 2-1 lead. Now we're all back up tied again. There's a strike on the outside corner from Yokoyama. Carson Burns to lead things off for Guelph here in the fifth. 8, 9, and 1 in the order. Burns, Patterson, and Williams. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Going down on strikes is Burns. 5 strikeouts of the game for O'Connor Yokoyama. Setting a good tone here early on in this top of the fifth. Here's Ashton Patterson, the left fielder for Guelph. He struck out back in the third inning. And first pitch skied foul.
Patterson was the one up last time when he defended his face really with a bunt. Ball was coming right at him.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Bottom just completely fell out of that pitch. Nice movement there from O'Connor Yokoyama. Fooling Patterson and quickly ahead of the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Crowd wanting that finishing pitch here. Ota setting up outside the zone, and this one sky to center field, but not deep. Spencer Marcus makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down. 0 for 2 in the afternoon for Patterson. And we're back up to the leadoff spot, and J.D. Williams, the center fielder for Guelph, comes up.
He's got a new bat.
Yeah. Last time he
became kindling, right?
It was a fly out to right that he was not happy with himself with. And he said, I want a new bat. And he did it the hard way where he destroyed his previous bat. The helmet wasn't treated too nicely either after that flyout. Strike one pitch. Just a little bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and it finds the strike zone. And O'Connor Yokoyama once ahead again of the hitter. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trying to get a clean inning here in this 5th inning. After the Barnstormers tying it up in the bottom of the 4th. He's ready in the 1-2 pitch. Flies a bit outside and low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Royals. 2 runs on 5 hits for the Barnstormers so far. 2-2 pitch. This one's skied to left field. This is hit really well. It is back to the warning track, but having a beat on it, making the catch and hanging on as he slams against the wall is Braxton Haggith. So good play there from Haggith out and left. And it's 3 up, 3 down in the 5th. Go the Royals. To the bottom of the 5th we go in a 2-2 tie. It's Barnstormers TV with Kent Essex Mutual Insurance Company.
Baseball is filled with ups and downs. Maybe that's what makes it so great. The long grind, the off-season, battling through injuries, hitting slumps, rain delays, and bad calls. The hard 90 way is never giving up, going 0 for 3, then getting the game-winning hit in the championship game. This is why we grind. You need gear that battles through with you, gear that's as tough as you and won't let you down. It's time to go all in. Hard 90.
Still selling critical illness insurance. Still selling retirement savings plans. Still selling group benefit plans. Still selling life insurance. Still selling disability insurance.
Are you selling insurance? Not today. Play ball.
Bottom of the 5th inning. Welcome you back in here to Fergie Jenkins Field. Beauty of a Sunday afternoon. Mike and Ed back with you once again. Hope you're having a great weekend, whatever you're up to. 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Barnstormers here in the bottom of the 5th. And Yoshinoda, he took a big cut at that one. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Had a lace come undone, so he'll relace up.
Swung out of his shoes.
Yeah, Oda getting the start behind the plate defensively. Isuki Fukuda, your designated hitter this afternoon. Oda 0 for 2. He struck out, and he has popped out to third base. Oda, Constantino, and Haggith due up in this bottom of the 5th. Another swing and a miss. Approaching 90 pitches, just shy of 90 right now, is Brandon Deans, and he's still dealing. He's still got that velocity up quite high. Here's the 1-2 on the way, and this one set the other way over the head of the third baseman into left field. A base hit to lead off the bottom of the 5th for Yoshinoda, his first base knock of the afternoon.
Well, it's a good piece of hitting. He waited on the pitch, slapped the ball over the third baseman's head, and it's the third one we've seen today. Same technique.
I bring up Owen Constantino.
Do we bunt? I'll say no.
No.
Balk?
They're calling a balk on
No
the
pitch.
pitcher Deans.
Be back to 0-0.
I was deliberately waiting to see if he was going to bunt before I answered you, so that's why I was remaining
Sure.
quiet.
Sure.
But now,
Don't have to worry about it now.
yeah, right now, automatically, just like that, runner in scoring position on the block from Deans, or two Deans. Constantino, first actual pitch to him. Now he swings and misses. To be an off-speed pitch there from Deans. No balls at his strike. 2-2 ball game, back and forth so far in this first half of the ball game. Constantino able to get some wood on that ball and fouling it off again off the roof here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Dean's ahead of the count here, no balls and 2 strikes. He has certainly put the work in this afternoon, lots of pitches and a close ball game. Here's the 0-2, swing and a miss. 3 pitches and 3 strikes as Constantino will go back to the dugout. Bring up Haggett for the 3rd time this afternoon. Struck out and he's popped up to the catcher. Takes this one in the dirt. Low ball 1.
Had 4 strikeouts on the Barnstormers so far. I guess it's become noticeable when we have runners in scoring positions and when we're striking out, we're not moving the runners along.
This one squibbed foul off to the left-hand side. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Royals. 2 runs and 6 hits for the Barnstormers. Nobody tonight this afternoon has committed an error yet. And that's in stark contrast to last night where there was considerable on both sides.
Errors everywhere, yeah. Both physical and some mental errors too in running the bases.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. What a difference few hours can make. Very different feels to the ball game.
The whole feel here is different between a day game and a night game. It just gives you a different feeling.
1-2 on the way, and this one bounces in once again. And again, a good job by the catcher for Guelph, Anderson Fenwick, to keep that in front of him. And keep Yoshinoda at second base. Started this inning off with a single. Moved up to second on a balk called against Deans. And Haggith now up with 1 out. 2-2 count against him right here. This one is chopped off the plate, and oh, it's called fair. A lot of people thought that was a foul ball, but it's fair. Catcher tags Braxton Haggith for the 2nd out. That does move the runner up to 3rd as Oda comes to 3rd base.
You got to run that one out regardless. If it's foul, the umpire will call it. You just have a chance to get to first base.
So 2 unassisted to play there against Braxton Haggith. Back-to-back at bats where he's retired by the catcher. This one is in on the hands to Sadler Goodwin. In the shallow outfield grass back there to make the catch is the shortstop, LaRue. And that will do it for the Barnstormers in the 5th. We have completed 5 here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Still a 2-2 tie. Barnstormers TV with Kent Essex Mutual Insurance Company.
My name is Spencer Marcus, outfielder for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers from Chatham, Ontario. The community support has been amazing for baseball. Everybody coming together. You never really thought of this town as a baseball town, more of a hockey town. I remember when I found out that Kent Essex Mutual Insurance wanted to do an interview about a hometown hero. I never thought somebody would look at just a baseball player like that. It takes a lot of support to make this team a success, and the Barnstormers wouldn't be where they are today without help from sponsors like Kent Essex Mutual Insurance.
It's time, Chatham-Kent. There is a new local pest control company. Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. If you need advice or help with a pest issue, call us for a no-obligation quote today. 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
Looking for a fun, active way to keep your kids moving? At Great Lakes Gymnastics, our recreational classes are all about building strength, coordination, and confidence, all while having a blast. And when it's time to celebrate, we throw birthday parties kids will never forget, packed with games, gymnastics, and tons of smiles. In our safe, state-of-the-art facility, every child gets the chance to shine. Join the fun at Great Lakes Gymnastics, where every day feels like a celebration.
Fergie Jenkins Field at Rotary Park on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Welcome to Barnstormers TV. Wherever you're watching us this afternoon, we are glad you are here. Mike Renier along with Ed Myers. Cole Dupuy, our producer, Dan Dominguez, statistician, and a great camera people all around Fergie Field as well, bringing you this great ball game on Sunday afternoon. Stretch of home games for the Barnstormers continues and will continue. Canada Day Tuesday. 6 p.m. game time, the Brantford Red Sox in town. Love to see you down here as we celebrate our country's birthday. And this one sent a long way. First pitch of the inning to deep left field, but getting a beat on it towards the foul line. Look at Braxton Haggith again getting those steps in, covering a ton of territory. And the ball hung up just enough to have him get over there and make the catch.
2 in a row, right? End of the last inning by going to left center field and making a catch up against the left center field wall. And this one, he's in the corner. I think he might have been in foul territory on this one.
That's 7 flyouts for the outfielders to patrol for Chatham-Kent this afternoon. So the outfielders quite busy so far in this one between Haggith and Morin and Marcus. Strike one on Andy Leader.
Here he seems to have found the strike zone again. He had an inning there where he had some difficulty.
Now that fourth wasn't terribly pretty for him. But a close ball game at 2-2. Top of the 6th. Leader is singled and he has walked. And he's been picked off at first base too. It's a busy day at the office already, just halfway through the game.
It's funny when you get a pitcher who loses the strike zone and he tries and tries to throw a strike and he can't do it. What's the old expression? The faster I go, the behinder I get.
And your mental gymnastics don't help either in that situation.
No.
2-1, misses the mark somehow, says home plate umpire Stevenson. And Yokoyama behind the count here at 3 balls and 1 strike on Leader. Base is empty and 1 out. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and that again flies high, and that will be ball 4. And the second walk of the inning for Leader. Or second walk of the game, I should say, for Andy Leader.
Yep, he has 2 of the 3 walks that have been issued by O'Connor, Nakamoto.
And here is Ward, who has the other walk. He has flown out to center, and he walked the last time up in the 4th. That one finds a strike zone, some good movement. Slider makes it strike 1. That one again comes down into the strike zone. Looked to be high out of the pitcher's hand, but it comes back and is strike 2.
Interesting statistic about Barnstormer pitchers. They've improved their ERA over last year by close to 3 runs a game. Our ERA is 4.15 as opposed to 5.2, or almost 3 runs a game.
Oh, that one gets away from the catcher, and that's going to move the runner up to second base. His Leader is now in scoring position on that wild pitch from O'Connor Yokoyama. Yeah, we were lamenting. I mean, it was an expansion year, first year for the Barnstormers, and pitching was definitely an area where they weren't thriving too much. Certainly in that first half of the season. Things got a little bit better and sharper as we got into that second half of the season and, finished fifth in the standings. So
gained a little experience. That was the...
And this season, certainly, as you mentioned, the pitching staff shows the improvement. 1-2 count on Ward. Look back at second. 1-2 pitch. Off the end of the bat and fouled off to the right-hand side.
Yeah, we've improved just a little under 2 runs a game as the ERA, which is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's
the offense, really, there's no worries about that this season. So a number of facets of the game going very well. Half into the season for the Barnstormers. 1-2 pitch once again, and just a bit inside as Ota tried to frame that one in the inside part of the plate, but not biting was the umpire, Stevenson. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner in scoring position at second. That is Andy Leader. He represents the go-ahead run in the 6th. Look back at him. He's got a moderate lead back there, dancing around. 2-2 pitch in the dirt. And again, the control, it's certainly ebbing and flowing as the course of this game has gone on.
Activity in the bullpen. Catlin Moran.
And this will be pitch number 87 of the afternoon for Yokoyama. It's a 3-2 pitch, and it is low. Ball 4. Another base runner here for the Guelph Royals. Back-to-back walks.
The skipper is making a trip out to the mound.
Kind of mirroring the 4th inning.
41 balls, 46 strikes. Not a good ratio.
No. But
2-1 is what you should be shooting for on the strikes.
Following the storyline of the 4th inning where the Barnstormers got the lead guy out, and then Leader and Ward with back-to-back walks. That's exactly what's happened here, too, in the 6th inning. And the Barnstormers having a chat there at the mound, trying to have a different ending than what happened back in the 4th. That was an RBI single for Blake Simpson. At the time, giving the Guelph Royals a 2-1 lead at that time.
Nice ground ball would be timely right about now.
Simpson with that RBI single his last at bat, and he also popped up to third base. First pitch he sees, that does not sink into the strike zone. Too high, ball 1. Fatigue probably in this inning?
Yeah, I think he's getting there.
This one is sky to the left-hand side. Does it have enough to stay in the park? And it does not. It has actually too much, and it goes foul off to the left-hand side.
2 different pitches and 2 consecutive pitches. That time, there's a drill for pitchers where if you're throwing the ball high to pull yourself down with your opposite arm. That time he pulled himself right through the pitch, through a strike. Pitch before, he didn't do that. He left himself open. It's mechanics right at this point.
Look back at second. And the 1-1 pitch again flies high. We've seen that a lot in this inning alone.
Got to get that right arm into his delivery and pull himself down toward the batter.
Leader at second, Ward at first, both aboard on walks. This one to second base, picked up by Morrison. Shortstop for 1. First base, double play! A huge 2 for 1 to end the top of the 6th inning. Exactly what the Barnstormers needed, and they got it. No further damage done. 2 left on, and we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. We're tied up at 2. Barnstormers live with Kent Essex Mutual Insurance Company, Canada's insurance trusted leader.
Still selling critical illness insurance. Still selling retirement savings plans. Still selling group benefit plans. Still selling life insurance. Still selling disability insurance.
Are you selling insurance? Not today. Play ball.
Inyo Pest Advisors, serving all of southwestern Ontario, where you live and where you work. Inyo, bigger than bugs.
Want to get your brand in front of a live audience? This spot could be yours. Reach engaged viewers in real time and make an impact. Don't miss your chance. Contact us today to get your ad here.
Hey Barnstormer fans, want to win a $50 gas card just for cheering on your favorite team? Grab your phone right now and snap a selfie of you and your family and friends watching Barnstormers TV. Follow and tag at CK Barnstormers and Kent Essex Mutual Insurance at KE Mutual on Instagram. You need both tags and follows to qualify for the selfie contest. At CK Barnstormers and at KE Mutual. Share your selfie before the end of the game for a chance to win a $50 gas card.
We have progressed to the bottom of the 6th inning in a great baseball game once again here. Great weekend of baseball. 2-2 tie between the Barnstormers and the Guelph Royals. It's Mike and Ed. And a big jam that the Barnstormers got themselves out of that last half inning.
Double play in the inning, and see if Spencer Morin can do something here to get us started. Third baseman's playing in, maybe anticipating he might bunt.
8, 9, and 1 in the order for the Barnstormers. Right up the middle, and a base hit. First pitch swinging, and a solid single to center for Spencer Moran, his first hit of the afternoon.
And here we go again. Do we bunt?
Seeing how many innings we've had the leadoff hitter on.
Probably more than not.
First inning had the leadoff man on. Second inning, a home run to lead off. Walk in the third to lead off. Not in the fourth, but in the fifth. So all but one inning, the Barnstormers have had the leadoff man on. And a square to bunt. That falls in for a strike.
Remember, we've had 8 left on base, which we had 12 last night.
That's a big number for back-to-back games, and we're only in the 6th inning here. Torin Vasilinek with 1 on and nobody out. Squares the bunt once again, and he pushes that one foul. Everyone's trying to fan it back into the fair territory, but didn't work out that way. So quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes on Vasilinek.
It's just technique has got a little bit of improvement. I mean, he's working hard, but he's got to get his hands out in the front to catch the ball with the bat. His bat is coming forward as the ball is coming to the plate, and it doesn't help your chances of bunting fair.
No balls and 2 strikes, and this one in the dirt. Yeah, swing and a miss, and first base occupied. So quickly on 3 pitches, Vasilinek strikes out. Back to the top of the order. Evan Morrison gets his 4th time up at the plate. This one outside and low. Evan Morrison, 1 ball and no strike. 2 singles on the afternoon. He's also flown out to center, so a 2-3 afternoon for Evan Morrison. Runner goes, hit and run, and slapped that foul.
I think Don Menard and Gill are trying to get things moving, and hit and run's a good way to do that. We haven't had a lot of activity on the bases.
Guelph bullpen has some action. 1-1 on the way here, and this one is to second base. To second for 1, and on to first. Not in time. It's just going to be a fielder's choice. A 4-6 put out. Good hustle there from Morrison to negate the double play. That keeps the bottom of the sixth alive here for Chatham-Kent, and will give an opportunity to Spencer Marcus, who has been on base all 3 times so far this afternoon. 2 walks and an RBI single that happened back in the 4th. This one chopped along the left-hand side. First baseman scoops it up, but it's wide. And it goes off the wall. Maybe a run coming in here for the Barnstormers. Play at the plate. He's safe. Barnstormers lead it 3-2.
Got around the bases. Scored from first base. That's
big speed there as Warren comes in with the go-ahead run, 3-2. Great speed. That's going to be a base hit and an error on the throw, as he was going to beat that infield, beat the throw for an infield single, and then it went wide and off the wall. So our first error of the game. And Marcus, for the 4th time this afternoon, sees the base paths.
Morrison never hesitated.
No.
He took off.
And it paid off. Barnstormers with the lead once again. They're back on top 3-2. First lead since it was 1-0 back in the bottom of the 2nd. Now Masuki Fukuda, the designated hitter this afternoon. He's got a base hit in 3 trips so far. And that one again falls into the strike zone. Deans once again ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. It's Nelson Mercado who's warming up in the Guelph Royals bullpen. And this one is into left field. Shallow base hit. That falls in. And a big turn at second. Marcus goes back to the second base bag. He had a huge turn around the bag. Back he goes.
2 hits for Fukuda tonight, this afternoon.
2 singles.
Continues to contribute, whether it be behind the plate or at bat.
And it looks like Yushin Oda will be seeing a new pitcher.
109. That's a lot of pitches.
109. What a big day it was.
6th inning.
That was a workhorse effort this afternoon, and a lot of good effort there from Brandon Deans. Nelson Mercado warming up the pen. We expect him to be coming into this ball game. Barnstormers able to take the lead back in this game in this bottom of the 6th inning.
So leave him in.
All right, so I guess not Mercado just yet. So the pitch count will continue to rise for Brandon Deans. Trying to get him 6 complete innings here, managing staff of the Guelph Royals. So Oda will be facing Deans. This one catches a strike zone. Strike 1. Runners at first and second for Chatham-Kent. 2 out, bottom 6. CK back up by a run. Pitch in the dirt from Deans, evens things up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Certainly a gutsy effort from Deans here this afternoon. He has gotten himself into a couple of jams, but he's been working out of it. Good effort overall here, trailing by a run. This one foul right back. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Yushin Oda, catcher this afternoon. Singled his last time up. He struck out. He's popped up in the infield. Owen Constantino waiting on deck, trying to get an opportunity in this inning. 1-2 pitch on the way. This is in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Strong pitcher. He's still throwing hard. Just had trouble all day throwing strikes.
Inconsistent in that regard. Deans comes set. 2-2 pitch on the way, and this one again right back towards us. Thank goodness for that.
I had it.
you did. Luckily, it's a netting that's in good shape right in front of us.
You really see some scrambling there. right through this window up here.
2-2 remains the count on Yushin Oda. Flies outside and high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners will be on the move here to 3-2 count. Runners at first and second. 3-2 pitch outside. It's ball 4 and the bases are loaded. And Yushin Oda, good patience there. He draws a walk. And it looks like no call to the bullpen just yet. They're going to leave Deans out there for the time being. Owen Constantino strides in for the Barnstormers. Constantino's walked, he's struck out, and he's grounded out so far. Officially 0 for 2 in the afternoon. Big swing there, can't catch up to the heater from Brandon Deans. No balls and a strike. That one is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. This one falls outside of the strike zone. Just a little bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike. So Constantino in the driver's seat here. Bases loaded, full of Barnstormers. They've scored once. They have a 3-2 lead. Bottom 6. This one low once again. 3 balls and 1 strike. Crowd right behind Constantino. 3-1 count. Bases loaded. And on a 3-1 count, it's popped up left-hand side. Third baseman takes a look. But it will be... Oh, and it came back, I guess, a little bit. Falls on the warning track. We've seen that a couple of times in the last couple of days where the ball will actually come back a little bit.
They all come back, and I'm surprised a couple of guys have given up on them in the last 2 days. That's why you look at young catchers when they turn and chase the ball, a foul ball, because it's like a pitching wedge in golf. The ball is spinning and ball is coming back.
3-2 pitch on the way. Outside and high. Ball 4. That walks in a run. Marcus comes in with the 4th run of the afternoon. It's 4-2 Chatham-Kent, and that is going to finally do it for Deans as the manager comes out, and we'll go to the bullpen. So good job there by Constantino to be very patient and just wait out Brandon Deans to get even more tired, a little bit more erratic, and he draws a bases-loaded walk.
I was trying to find the stat on Costantino during that at bat, but he had a great year at Carleton this year. He was the MVP of the playoffs, where Carleton won the Canadian University Championship, and he's had trouble getting untangled so far this year. But the walk with the bases loaded certainly was a contribution. We'll take.
So that brings in Nelson Mercado from the bullpen for the Guelph Royals. The door is now shut on the afternoon of Brandon Deans. Well, at least, I guess not totally shut with the bases remaining loaded and full of Barnstormers, but 122 pitches.
Dom's doing his own wave here.
What's faster, the wave around the stands or Dom getting around?
He must lose about 10 pounds a game. Just move it.
He's put together a great product 2 years in here for the IBL for Chatham-Kent. 122 pitches for your starter for the Guelph Royals, Brandon Deans. 70 strikes. Now Nelson Mercado, the first reliever of the afternoon for the Guelph Royals, gets his warm-up pitches in. 14 1/3 innings pitched so far this season for Mercado. And in that time, in that 14 1/3, 15 walks. And the ERA is rather elevated, and the whip is pretty high, too. It's a 6.28 ERA. And the walks and hits per innings pitched, the whip at 1.76. So Barnstormers trying to take advantage of those numbers, keep that going, and the bases still remain loaded. 2 runs into the inning, 4-2 lead for CK, and Braxton Haggith with another great opportunity here to blow this one open. First pitch swinging, fouled right behind us. Strike one.
I think Brack has just got to take all these things out of his mind and lock himself in and take a good swing.
That's a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Nelson Mercado in the game for the Royals. Comes the 0-2 delivery, and that's high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Last 4 batters, Marcus a single and an error. Fukuda singled, and back-to-back walks from Yu Shinoda and Owen Constantino. 2 runs have come in for the Barnstormers this inning, and they lead by 2. Braxton Haggith. 1-2 pitch to him, and he pokes at this one, sends it to second base, and a 4-3 putout will end the inning. However, 8 batters come to the plate in the inning for the Barnstormers, and they score twice. A couple of big runs. They lead it 4-2 at the end of 6 innings. To the 7th we go. It is Barnstormers TV with Kent Essex Mutual Insurance Company.
My name is Spencer Marcus, outfielder for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers from Chatham, Ontario. The community support has been amazing for baseball. Everybody coming together. You never really thought of this town as a baseball town, more of a hockey town. I remember when I found out that Kent Essex Mutual Insurance wanted to do an interview about a hometown hero. I never thought somebody would look at just a baseball player like that. It takes a lot of support to make this team a success, and the Barnstormers wouldn't be where they are today without help from sponsors like Kent Essex Mutual Insurance.
Looking for a fun, active way to keep your kids moving? At Great Lakes Gymnastics, our recreational classes are all about building strength, coordination, and confidence, all while having a blast. And when it's time to celebrate, we throw birthday parties kids will never forget, packed with games, gymnastics, and tons of smiles. In our safe, state-of-the-art facility, every child gets the chance to shine. Join the fun at Great Lakes Gymnastics, where every day feels like a celebration.
New pitcher for the Barnstormers. We get ready for the 7th inning here at Fergie Jenkins Field. It's Catalin Moran who is going to come in for Yuri O'Connor Yokoyama. Good outing for Yokoyama. 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 4 hits given up. Gave up that 1 home run. Now the downfall was the 4 walks he gave up. Did strike out 5 and a wild pitch as well. So, but good enough to exit the game with the lead as O'Connor Yokoyama has a 4-2 lead as he now will give way to Catalin Moran. Left-hander in for the 7th inning. Big opportunity here for Moran to kind of show his stuff and certainly keep the Barnstormers up by a pair here in the later innings.
We've been at it about 2 hours now. It's about 5 after 4.
Pretty good moving game so far this afternoon. Catalin Moran, the left-hander, now on the bump for the Barnstormers. First pitch of the inning, fouled off. Mark Nellis starts it off for the Guelph Royals in the 7th. 6, 7, 8 in the batting order. Nellis, Fenwick, and Burns. Here's a strike one delivery, and that hits the outside corner. Nice painting of the plate there from Moran.
I think we have Pettipiece throwing in the bullpen. It looks like 41.
Looks in. 0-2 pitch. That one flies outside. Maybe an 0-2 waste pitched right there. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Mark Nellis. He has struck out both times he's been up so far this afternoon. 0 for 2. And Moran's trying to make it 3. 1-2 pitch, and that one fouled off left-hand side. Moran looks at the sign from Oda. Ready again. 1-2 pitch. Again flies outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2 delivery, and this one sent the other way to right field, relatively deep. The warning track area, and back there is Moran to make the catch.
Moran throws the ball, and Moran catches the fly ball.
Spencer has got the glove on the ball. 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the 7th inning. So Mark Nellis is retired.
That ball had a lot of carry to it, too. 23-year-old Spencer Moran.
A couple of days ago, so happy belated for the right fielder for the Barnstormers. Here's Anderson Fenwick now for the Royals. Lefty versus lefty, drops down a bunt, runs right back to the pitcher. Moran picks it up, and to first, got him by half a stride. Nice play as Cat Moran had to hurry that throw, and it was right on the money. A bunt single attempt goes for naught for the Guelph Royals. 2 up and 2 down. I'll bring up Carson Burns to try and keep this inning going for Guelph. Another lefty-lefty matchup here. The second baseman, Carson Burns, 1 for 2. Singled and struck out so far here this afternoon. First pitch, again, finds a strike zone. No balls and 1 strike from Cat Moran. Looks like Pettipiece. I think you mentioned Pettipiece in the bullpen right now for CK. Strike 1 pitch on the outside corner. Another batter he gets ahead of here nicely. No balls and 2 strikes.
Pettipiece eventually got the win for that game last night. Pitched the last 2 innings.
He's certainly been a workhorse in the bullpen for the Barnstormers. 0-2 pitch. This is bounced up the middle past the pitcher. Tough play at second. Morrison, and it is a great play. A 4-3 putout. Wow, what a throw from Morrison. And the Barnstormers out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. That was a pretty play on the right-hand side of the diamond. We stretch to the bottom of the 7th we go. 4-2 Chatham-Kent with the lead. Barnstormers TV with Kent Essex.
Get ready, Hamilton. It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game. Grab your tickets now at HamiltonCardinals.com. Because this summer, the stars shine brightest in Hamilton.
The 2nd annual Barnstormers Golf Tournament takes place Tuesday, July 15th at Willow Ridge Golf and Country Club. Barnstormers own Garrett Day will also be in attendance. To register, contact us at the emails on screen.
Well, when we said the inning was over, I guess it's not quite over. Somehow they overturned that play at first. A great effort from Morrison. And the first base umpire said he was out to complete the inning, but some conversation happening during that light commercial break, and now they say, nope, that was not an out after all.
Very unusual once the umpire, who's standing right at the base, makes the call. It usually stands, whether you agree or not, but
It looked like the case was Constantino's foot came off the bag, as we see on the replay there. So they overturned that call. We don't really see that very often at all. And this inning does continue. 0-2 pitch and a swing and a miss. So was that, all right, that was the.
That's one strike.
Oh, right, sorry, the new batter. 0-1 is now the count. Ashton Patterson is now up. 0-2 now. So make that an infield single for Carson Burns.
Was that a single or an error? I guess it was a single.
It was a bang play. Yeah, it was called a base hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I believe an infield single is the call there, and Patterson swings, gets a little piece of that baseball.
A little bit confused with the going back into the inning.
We're not really used to a commercial break, and then, oh, wait, the inning's actually not over.
If we were watching the Tigers, I know they have videotape replay.
Yeah, and we do too as well. We've got a nice, very nice production here with the Barnstormers. 0-2 on Patterson. Here's Moran. He's set. And the pitch, that one sent the other way over third base and into left field for a base hit. So this inning does still really continue after everybody thought it was over after the 3 up, 3 down. But they overturn that play. Burns gets the infield single, and now Ashton Patterson with a single the other way.
Without videotape replay on the field being official, I'm wondering who overturned the call. That's what I'm confused by.
Didn't notice that the umpires maybe converged. I didn't see them all converging during that inning between. But most people here at Fergie Jenkins Field are caught off guard by the Barnstormers coming back out in the field and the Royals coming back up to play, back up to the plate. So 2 out, 2 on now for Guelph. Carson Burns at second, and Ashton Patterson after that single to the left. He's at first base. And we're back to the top of the order, and the dangerous J.D. Williams coming up here for the Royals. Williams 0 for 3. Good start to the inning here for Cat Moran. He got the first couple out. Thought he was 3 up, 3 down, but he continues to battle. First pitch, outside part of the plate, called a strike. Williams is struck out, and he's flown out twice. He's flown out to right, flown out to left. See if he flies out to center. Spencer Marcus, we'll find out. Barnstormers just want the out any way they can. 0-1 pitch, it's in the dirt and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's got to affect the psyche of pretty much all Barnstormers, you'd think, out in the field, thinking they were back in the dugout.
Yeah.
Going back up the plate. Here they back are in the field. Now 2 on. Moran looked back at second. Looks back there again. Here's the 1-1. That flies outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Yes, very atypical. I don't know if we've seen that in our Barnstormers career yet. We haven't really seen that third out be overturned before. 2-1. This one sky to the right-hand side, and looks like it's going to be considerably foul. And back in the grassy area, beyond that fence, way foul, and so another chase for a foul ball.
The danger in appealing or having an umpire conference with every out is every time there's a close play, people are going to want the umpires to conference to see if they were sure that guy was out or safe. And I'm saying that seriously.
Yeah. Do it for one close play.
Makes for a long game.
Mm-hmm. At the same time, you want to get it as right as you possibly can. Moran set. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This one foul off to the left-hand side. He stays alive. Top of the 7th inning, 4-2 lead for the Barnstormers. They've scored the game's last 3 runs. Scoring twice in that last half inning, which seems like a long time ago now. Back in the bottom of the 6th. Look back at second once again. Moran comes set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. So close. And Oda holding that baseball. Trying to get that called third strike, but does not get it from Rob Stevenson. Count is filled up on J.D. Williams. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 on for Guelph. 4-2 CK lead. There go the runners in a 3-2 pitch to third base. Picked up. Long throw across the diamond. Inning is now over. As far as we know, that will stand, and that will end the inning. Top of the 7th. Just took a little longer than we originally thought. Now we'll stretch. Let's go to the bottom of the 7th. It is a 4-2 lead for the Barnstormers on the Guelph Royals. You are watching Barnstormers TV with Kent Essex Mutual Insurance Company.
Get ready, Hamilton. It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game. Grab your tickets now at HamiltonCardinals.com. Because this summer, the stars shine brightest in Hamilton.
The second annual Barnstormers Golf Tournament takes place Tuesday, July 15th at Willow Ridge Golf and Country Club. Barnstormers' own Garrett will also be in attendance. To register, contact us at the emails on screen.
Want to get your brand in front of a live audience? This spot could be yours. Reach engaged viewers in real time and make an impact. Don't miss your chance. Contact us today to get your ad here.
Baseball is filled with ups and downs. Maybe that's what makes it so great. The long grind, the off-season, battling through injuries, hitting slumps, rain delays, and bad calls. The hard 90 way is never giving up, going 0 for 3, then getting the game-winning hit in the championship game. This is why we grind. You need gear that battles through with you, gear that's as tough as you and won't let you down. It's time to go all in. Hard 90.
Well, we have successfully made our way to the bottom of the 7th. We promised this time. Barnstormers lead it 4-2. You just keep seeing odd situations pop up every once in a while. Barnstormers thought they got out of the top of the 7th. Call overturned during the break, so they came out and had a couple of other batters, but no further damage against CK, and they still lead 4-2.
We had 2 7th inning stretch.
Yeah, that's right. Extra stretching going on. This one is skied to center field. Not deep. In the sunshine, falls into the glove of J.D. Williams for the first out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So Goodwin retired. So now Sadler Goodwin 1 for 4. He does have that solo home run. He's flown out 3 times since.
Spencer led off the last inning with a single up the middle. Choked up on the bat. Let's see what he's going to do.
Big 6th inning for the Barnstormers, scoring twice.
Third baseman is always wondering if he's going to lay a bunt down. He has done it several times this year.
He's playing in on the dirt. This one sent to second. 2 hops to the second baseman and a 4-3 putout. Carson Burns flips it over to first, and quickly 2 out here for the Barnstormers in the 7th. Two outs here quickly in the bottom of the 7th are Barnstormers. Torin Vasilenik, number 9 hitter for CK. This one inside. London Nationals with a, has it gone final? Yes, it has. 6-3 over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Kitchener Panthers late in the game in Brantford. They have a 3-0 lead on the Red Sox. And the Barrie Baycats a 6-2 lead in Hamilton bottom 7. Busy day here across the IBL. 4 games. Only the Welland Jackfish aren't playing this afternoon. 1-1 on Vasilinek. And this one sent to the air the other way, right center field. Relatively deep. It's way back. It is gone! Torin Vasilinek! That ball is carrying this afternoon. And it clears the fence going the other way. That's a big add-on run for the Barnstormers. It's 5-2. Torin Vasilinek. Home run number 2 in the season for the third baseman. He's had a couple of good games, so good to see him start to warm up a little bit.
3 big hits in 3 days. He had a home run in London, and he had the big double last night and a home run today. Looking for more playing time. Looks like he might get it.
It's one way to do it, right?
Yeah.
Back-to-back really, really good games at the plate for Vasilinek, and that's a big run for the Barnstormers. This one now shortstop, nice pickoff there, a line out off the bat of Evan Morrison. And that will do it for the 7th inning. But that big solo shot from Vasilinek makes it a 5-2 Barnstormers lead over Guelph as we go to the 8th inning. Fergie Jenkins Field, come on back in just a moment. It's Barnstormers TV with Kent Essex Mutual Insurance Company.
Still selling critical illness insurance. Still selling retirement savings plans. Still selling group benefit plans. Still selling life insurance. Still selling disability insurance.
Are you selling insurance? Not today. Play ball.
The Chatham Barnstormers have multiple summer camp opportunities available. Chatham's week-long summer camp from July 7th to 11th. Leamington's week-long summer camp from July 14th to the 18th. Then we head back to Chatham from July 21st to 25th. Wallaceburg summer camp between July 28th and August 1st. And finally Dresden's summer camp between August 4th and the 8th. Contact us today at the email on screen.
Attention business owners and marketers. Imagine your brand in front of a live, engaged audience, right here, right now. This space is the perfect opportunity to showcase your product, service, or message to viewers in real time. Whether you're looking to boost sales, build awareness, or grow your audience, we've got you covered. Don't wait. Secure your spot today.
Back here at Fergie Jenkins Field, we look at the out-of-town scoreboard and a busy day in the IBL. It's a final now up at Labatt Park in London. Majors able to get past the Toronto Maple Leafs 6-3, so the Barnstormers want to win this afternoon to keep pace and be tied with London in second place. Kitchener with an early lead, a mid-game lead as the Panthers look to bounce back from the loss here last night. Underway in the top of the 8th inning as Kat Moran pumps in his strike to LaRue. 0-1. This one sent on the ground to short. Couple of tricky hops there. Across the diamond, Sadler Goodwin. Sure fielding shortstop. He throws it across the diamond. A 6-3 put out.
It's not his. He's got the great hands, but the throws across the diamond are incredible.
They really
They're
are.
on one line. There's no lob over to first base. Very strong arm.
Very confident when you have a baseball that's over on anywhere that side of the field. You know it's a good chance to be in and out. 1 out in the 8th. That'll bring up Andy Leader. And this first pitch to Leader well outside for ball 1 from Kat Moran. His second inning of work at the bullpen.
Leader is basically a 1-for-1. It's a single and 2 walks.
This one is stung to left field. And this will be curving foul considerably. 1 ball and 1 strike. Leader examines his left hand. Something on the swing there that irritated his hand a little bit. Goes back to work. So does Kat Moran on the mound for the Barnstormers. 1-1 pitch. This is skied to center field. But having a beat on it here is Spencer Marcus, mid-depth, and the center fielder makes the catch. And the second out of this 8th inning.
That foul ball, I think Haggith was glad that it was well fouled, too. I think he's tired of sprinting diagonally across the from left field.
He figured it out quickly it was going to be foul, so he didn't have to sprint all the way over.
You know, like a dog chasing a ball there. You just run and run and run. And then you got to run back to his position.
You're going to patrol left field here at Fergie Jenkins Field. You have to be in good shape. And he is. 2 up and 2 down here in the 8th for the Guelph Royals. Here's Matthew Ward, the DH. And he takes the first pitch in the dirt, skips back to the backstop for ball 1. Cleanup hitter for the Royals this afternoon. He's walked the last 2 times he's been up. And he's also flown out to Marcus in center field. First time up back in the 2nd. Morin ready, and the pitch finds the strike zone. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Morin's been very consistent in his appearance this time.
This has been a great outing out of the pen here for Cat. And swing and a miss. Bottom falls out of that one. He got a hearty swing out of Ward, but comes up empty. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One more to get out of the inning. Trying to get a clean 2 innings from Morin out of the pen. He is set. 1-2 pitch. This one, a ground ball to the left-hand side. Picked up at third from Vasilenic. A wide throw, but a tag by the first baseman. And a good job on the receiving end from Moen Constantino. And 3 up, 3 down go the Royals in the 8th inning. To the bottom of the 8th we go. A 5-2 Barnstormers lead over Guelph. You're watching Barnstormers live with Kent Essex Mutual Insurance Company.
It's time, Chatham-Kent. There is a new local pest control company. Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Annual Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. If you need advice or help with a pest issue, call us for a no-obligation quote today. 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
Get ready, Hamilton. It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game. Grab your tickets now at HamiltonCardinals.com. Because this summer, the stars shine brightest in Hamilton.
Bottom of the 8th, Barnstormers lead it 5-2 over the Guelph Royals, and Spencer Marcus leads it off. He's had a great day at the plate. He sends his first pitch to fairly deep center field, but Williams camps under this one, mid-depth, and he'll make the catch. So 1 pitch and 1 out here for the Barnstormers in the bottom of the 8th. Coming into that at-bat, though, was a great night at the plate there for Spencer Marcus.
Four times up, 4 times on. 2 hits, 2 walks, and he just missed that one. I'm saying the last ball was hit out there. Vasilenic's ball just kept drifting, and over the fence, center field fence.
Here's Fukuda. Fouls off his first pitch in this at-bat. Fukuda's got a couple of hits himself here this afternoon. 2 singles and 2 pop-ups on the infield. Strike 1 pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike on the Designated hitter this afternoon for the Barnstormers. Getting an afternoon off from behind the plate. Yushin Oda, the catcher today. 1-1 pitch. Slider goes outside and low. 2 balls and a strike to the Barnstormers fan favorite. Speaking of Oda, he's on deck. Another run or two would be quite nice for the Barnstormers just to pad the lead.
Yeah, you never know.
Especially in the IBL. You don't know what's around the corner the next day.
We've seen so many things, exciting things in the last 2 days. The Barnstormers, 2 days in a row, were behind 5-1 and won both games. One in London on Friday night, and same thing last night. A walk-off 8-7 win.
Trying to follow it up with another big win here. 3 outs away from doing that. And this one trying to curve back in the strike zone to help him with the catcher, but it's outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Fukuda. Barnstormers have scored the last 4 runs of the ball game. Now low, ball 4. Fukuda draws his first walk of the afternoon. 2 walks and now, or 2 singles and now a walk for Fukuda.
Getting dusty and dry out there. You see that last pitch hit the catcher's glove. A puff of dust went up in the air.
It's been dry the last little bit around here, dry and hot. First pitch is high to Yushin Oda. He's trying to reach base for the 3rd time this afternoon. 2 for 4. Single and a walk his last time up. Catcher tried to bring that ball up in the strike zone and get the call, but to no avail. 2 balls and no strikes. Throw over, getting back to the base with little trouble is Fukuda. Again, Canada Day game here for the Barnstormers Tuesday night, 6 p.m. The Brantford Red Sox will be in town. CKBarnstormers.com to get your tickets. 2-0 pitch in and upstairs. High and tight, as they say. 3 balls and no strikes. That one pumped in for a strike from Mercado. Mercado comes into the game relieving the starter Brandon Deans. 120 pitches. What a performance.
Put in a day's work.
Certainly did. Outside, and that's a 5-pitch walk to Yushin Oda. Back-to-back walks, Fukuda and Oda.
See if Constantino can unleash something here. Just looks like he's trying so hard to make contact. Very good athlete, big, strong guy. Plays a good game at first base. Pulling for him.
He's reached base twice. He's drawn a walk 2 separate times here in this ball game. First pitch he sees, pumped in for a strike from Mercado. Fukuda at second, Oda at first. That one in the dirt. Another good job by Fenwick to keep that one in front of him. He's actually got quite the workout so far this afternoon.
He
trying
has.
to keep that baseball from getting away from him.
If a pitcher throws 129 pitches, he probably caught 129 pitches or thereabouts.
Pitches outside. 2 balls and 1 strike on Owen Constantino.
That's what they started doing in minor ball when they started having a pitch count on the pitcher. They started looking at the catchers who were throwing the ball back as many times as the pitcher was throwing it in. 150 pitches as of right now.
Oh. 151 is high. 3 balls and 1 strike on Owen Constantino, first baseman this afternoon for the Barnstormers. Three and 1 the count. Look back at second. 3-1 delivery, and this one into left center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Rounding third, getting the wave, and no play at the plate. Fukuda scores! 6-2 Barnstormers as he slides in and did a little slip and slide.
Looked like he was in a swimming pool when he came across.
A little showmanship there at the plate there as Fukuda comes in. And that's a big hit from Constantino. Good to see him get on the board there with the base hit. RBI single. That's a big run. That makes it a 4-run game, so there's a lot more breathing room now if you're CK.
Keep it coming.
Walk, and single after an opening fly out to center field in this inning. This one's hit pretty well to right field. It is deep. Warning track, but back there to make the catch. Just missing that one was Braxton Haggith. He tried to go deep, but Andy Leader making the catch in the warning track. But Haggith putting a charge into that one, moving the runner up to third base. So the Barnstormers gaining 90 feet.
We have 11 hits. We've only given up 5. Each team has an error. Defensively, well played.
Certainly cleaner than last night.
Yeah. Everything happened last night in the game.
It certainly did. First pitch inside, and it got him. It got the fabric somewhere on the leg, and Sadler Goodwin gets sent to first base, so a hit by pitch. So that'll load the bases. Goodwin jogs to first. Constantino goes up to second, and Oda remains at third. And now a conversation at the mound, the Guelph Royals. Nelson Mercado and company having a chat. 1 run in for the Barnstormers. There's 2 out, bottom of the 8th inning. And a big run is in. Looking for more to maybe shut the door on the Guelph Royals here this afternoon. Yeah.
He's running, sprinting.
So, yeah, Catalin Moran, right center field. Yeah.
There's nobody chasing him, so that's something he was trying to get to.
He's late for a meeting now, but looks like we've seen the end of Cat Moran, but 2 innings of work in relief. That was a great performance from Catalin Moran.
It really was. Best we've seen him throw in the 2 years he's been with the Barnstormers.
Last check, Garrett Day was tossing in the pen. Won't be a save situation for the 9th inning, but we'll see if he gets the work in regardless. Yes, Brian Louie also was getting some work in there too, so we'll find out what happens when the 9th starts. Barnstormers have some more work to do, however. They'd like another run or 2 on the board to get even more of a cushion. It's up to a 4-run lead, bottom of the 8th. Spencer Moran. Bases loaded and 2 out. 1-1 count. And the pitch just misses, doesn't get the call. 2 balls and 1 strike on the right fielder for the Barnstormers. 1 hit so far. He's got a single. Couple of ground outs and a strikeout. 1 for 4 for Spencer. Takes this one high. 3 balls and 1 strike. And Mercado in a tense situation here with the bases loaded. Barnstormers already walking 1 in earlier in the game. They've got a bases loaded walk. Certainly wouldn't turn away another. Mercado ready. And the 3-1. Low, ball 4, a bases loaded walk again. Spencer Moran. He'll bring in another run for the Barnstormers. As Oda comes in to score, it's 7-2, a 5-run cushion for CK.
See if Vasilani can light into another one. He's had a hot weekend. Very rewarding for him.
Love to keep it going here. Big home run the last time up for Vasilanic. And he sends this one in the air, not nearly as deep as it's on the outfield grass, right-hand side. And a little bit of a stumble there at second base, but hanging on to it was Carson Burns. So that's an out for Vasilinek to end the inning. However, 2 more big runs for CK coming across, and we go to the 9th inning. The Barnstormers a 5-run lead, 7-2 over Guelph, with Barnstormers TV and Kent Essex Mutual Insurance Company, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Still selling critical illness insurance. Still selling retirement savings plans. Still selling group benefit plans. Still selling life insurance. Still selling disability insurance.
How are you selling insurance? Not today. Play ball.
At Great Lakes Gymnastics, it all starts with our state-of-the-art 12,000 square foot facility built to inspire movement, confidence, and growth. From preschool to recreational classes, our programs are safe, structured, and designed to help every child thrive. For athletes with big goals, our competitive team trains year-round with experienced coaches and competes across Ontario. Whether you're just getting started or aiming for the podium, Great Lakes Gymnastics is where greatness begins.
Attention business owners and marketers. Imagine your brand in front of a live, engaged audience, right here, right now. This space is the perfect opportunity to showcase your product, service, or message to viewers in real time. Whether you're looking to boost sales, build awareness, or grow your audience, we've got you covered. Don't wait. Secure your spot today.
Back here at Fergie Jenkins Field, and lots of fans have had their heart kick-started this afternoon. 7-2 lead for the Barnstormers. To the 9th we go. And the third pitcher of the day, bringing the closer in, and fittingly on PGA Golf Day at the park, it's Garrett Day coming in to shut the door for CK, Ed.
Garrett, as we said at the beginning, is our golfer, and just graduated last year from Wayne State University with a golf scholarship. He's quite the local golfer, loves to golf, and has the personality of a golfer. We mentioned before he has an ability to focus, and I'm sure that's helped him in his role as closer in the baseball world.
Great job out of the pen for Catalin Moran. 2 innings, very clean relief, 30 pitches, and 23 of them were strikes. So 23 out of 30 in for strikes. So great control from Catalin Moran, and that's exactly what CK needed from him in the bullpen. Now it's Garrett Day to try and wrap this one up. Not a safe situation with a 5-run lead. And a 2-0 count from Garrett Day.
Garrett looks a little tight today. I don't know if he threw a strike in his warm-ups to the plate.
But obviously needing some work in game situation. That's why he's there now. And have a bit of trouble finding the strike zone here. It's 3-0.
Maybe just got distracted because today was PGA Day.
He wants to get out in the golf course. 3-0 pitch. He pumps it in for a strike.
Tall, willowy guy who can sling the ball. Ball sinks and slides away from left-handed batters.
Blake Simpson, the left-handed batter. 3-1 pitch. Bumped in for a strike again. Nice recovery here from Garrett Day. He comes back to fill up the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Simpson, Nellis, and Fenwick due up here in the 9th inning for Guelph. 7-2 lead for Chatham-Kent. 3-2 pitch, and this one grounded to third. Nice pickup by Vasilinek. Over to first. 1 up, 1 down. A 5-3 putout.
Good play by Vasilinek. Knocked the ball down. He fell down, but he knew he had plenty of time. Got himself up and threw a strike to first base. Looks like he's settling into third base. As I mentioned last night, he indicated that is the position he's played most, is third base.
A big weekend for Vasilinek, both defensively and at the plate. I think this is exactly what he needs to get his confidence going, and right in the middle of the season. So if we can get him going, that just bolsters both offense and defense for the team.
Sure did. He's pressing for that more time at third base. Shortstop is sort of salted away by Goodwin at this point in time.
So a pinch hitter here for the Guelph Royals. Jordan Gallo is in for Mark Nellis. And he scolds one to right field between first and second, so a pinch hit single for Gallo. Puts one on for the Royals here in the 9th inning. Looks like another pinch hitter here, number 28 for the Guelph Royals. Ethan Hammond gets into the ball game here.
A few more things about Garrett Day. He's first in the Intercounty Baseball League in saves with 5. And he's yet to give up an extra base hit and 133 batters faced over 2 seasons. Hope I didn't put a curse on him.
Well, he wanted that strike call there, but didn't get it. Obviously not happy with the call from the home plate umpire. Ethan Hammond, left-handed pinch hitter here. He's into the game for Anderson Fenwick. Swing and a miss. Good heat there from Garrett Day. 1 ball and 1 strike. Barnstormers double play depth, looking for that twin killing to wrap up this ball game. 7-2 CK with the lead. One delivery. This one to second. To short for 1. Ball game over. Barnstormers win on the double play. Another win for CK. 7-2 over the Guelph Royals on this Sunday afternoon. Another well-played game for the Barnstormers.
Great afternoon of baseball. And it was a little slow part in the beginning. We left a few runners on base. Yeoman performance by the 12th pitcher Bean that threw 129 pitches and existed until the last inning. We got some timely hits and another victory. And, it was a well-played game by the Barnstormers.
Yuri O'Connor Yokoyama had a good job starting in this ball game, so he'll get the victory. Brandon Deans with the loss, and well, with Brandon Deans, he took the loss, but what an effort. He's just stuck in there. He was able to put some fires out, and he was a workhorse. That's probably the best way to describe it. 125 pitches, or was it 120? Anyway, at least 120.
Yeah. A lot of pitches.
A lot of pitches for Deans in a losing cause. He unfortunately takes the loss for the Guelph Royals. After all those pitches here this afternoon, but for the Barnstormers, they get yet another win to remain tied second in the standings in the IBL. They hold pace with the London Majors, who also won earlier on this afternoon up at Labatt Park. As we go to field level, and Peter Cobb with the player of the game.
All right, Peter, turn your mic up. Hey, this is the player of the game, brought to you by Postgame Heating and Cooling. He gets a $50 gift card thanks to them. All right, Peter, take it away.
Wow, I'm going to tell you what, folks. Starting pitching. How about it? How about it?
Yeah.
Number 16 from La Belle Province, Quebec. I said it before, folks. Fluent in 3 languages. French, English, Japanese. We love him. Yuri O'Connor Yokoyama. Listen to these stats. 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, and 5 strikeouts. 4-0. Walk us through your performance today.
I was just trusting my catcher, trusting my fielders, just doing everything I can, throwing the ball as hard as I could, and just trusting everybody behind me.
All right, let's have some fun. Say that in Japanese.
今日は、守備の人と、キャッチャーの、リードを信頼して投げました。
Isn't that? I'm telling you, they're watching in Nagasaki. I'm not kidding you, folks, on YouTube for this. This is wonderful. Listen, you're 4-0. Oh, hold on. Here comes you. Hey, we got a translator. We got a translator. All right. Okay, I want you to ask him in Japanese. How did he feel today?
調子どう?
今日は調子めちゃくちゃ良かったです。
It's a very good feeling today.
Isn't that wonderful? We got all the bases covered here.
Yeah.
All right, one final question. Listen, you're going to have a Canada Day celebration. Are you looking forward to that?
はい、カナダデーについてどういう気持ちですか？
めちゃくちゃ楽しみにしてます。大勢のファンが来てくれて、応援の中でいい試合をしたいと思います。
It's a very exciting and a lot of people come here and so Goodwin.
Oh, man. Is this the greatest place to be on a Sunday afternoon, folks? Barnstormer Baseball, our player of the game, and our translator, Uchinota.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yep,
All
see ya.
right. Hey, that felt real good. I'm not kidding you. Mike Grenier, we do it all here. Back up to you in the booth.
That was probably my favorite post-game interview. Thank you, Peter Cobb. I don't know if you got any ice cubes on him, but how about that? O'Connor Yokoyama, Yushin Oda with the translation down there. It's just a fun atmosphere this season with the Barnstormers. It's a lot of fun on and off the field.
It is. I said the team has really gelled well together. They get along. If you haven't met a few of the Barnstormers, you should take the opportunity to do so. They're really a bunch of really good young guys and represent the city and the community of Chatham-Kent well. And if you haven't been to a ball game, you should get here. You're missing out on some pretty good baseball and lots of fun.
Players really accessible. Like after the ball game, look at them all lined up along the first base side over there. Meet some of the ball players. You can probably see a lot of them at Mike's place after the games too. That's kind of a hangout.
They've been open for 50 minutes.
That's right. Yeah, they're open. Queen Street in Chatham. But another big win, and it's turning into a nice run here for the Barnstormers. The big come-from-behind win in ninth inning last night, and they pulled away late in this one. So things really coming together. And another good one coming up on Tuesday night, as you see on your screen there. Some Canada Day baseball before they hit the road for quite some time. One more chance to see them here at Fergie Jenkins Field for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I was talking to Harry Muir, our general manager, last night, and he indicated the game like last night, I'm sure he'd say the same about the game today. Last year, we lose those games. The close ones at the end, we just couldn't hang on, and we would lose those games. This year, we're winning those games. 1 year under our belt has made a big difference in the maturity of the team, and it's transferred into wins.
So with this win, the Barnstormers will hold pace with the London Majors. The Majors winning on their home field up at Labatt Park earlier on this afternoon. So the Majors and Barnstormers remain tied second place in the IBL, just a little bit behind the Welland Jackfish, who are the only team did not play this afternoon across the IBL. So a festive atmosphere here this afternoon. Another win for the Barnstormers at home here at Fergie Jenkins Field. So one more home game that's coming up on Canada Day. We'll see you here Tuesday night, 6 p.m. with the Brantford Red Sox in town. Love to see you out here at the ballpark. If you can't make it, Ed and myself and the rest of the crew will have it for you right here on Barnstormers TV on YouTube and also on your TV. So love to see you here on Tuesday night. And then a bit of a road trip, 4-game trip after that for the Barnstormers. So another great afternoon. Get your tickets for future games and find out more on the social media channels and at ckbarnstormers.com. Another fun afternoon at the ballpark. On behalf of my good friend and partner Ed Myers, Dan Dominguez, our statistician, Cole Dupuis producing this afternoon, a number of camera people and everybody behind the scenes putting this together this afternoon. My name is Mike Grenier. Thank you very much for hanging out with us on a Sunday afternoon. One more time, your final score, the Barnstormers 7 and the Royals 2. Have a great rest of your Sunday.